around people that are not just supported by, but fired up by the cumulative vision that other people take ownership of in unison with you taking ownership of it, so it doesn't become your direction. It's not just your dream, your mission, your directional clarity. It's the direction the group is taking responsibility for, and the purpose and necessity of that, aside from it just making life easier and magic happen instead of you always having to be the smartest guy in the room, is that we're all human, and it allows you to open up that goal to other people's strengths instead of just your own, and B, it allows you to take turns being the fucking strong one. So if you've drilled home when it's speaking to you and when you're feeling fiery, which should be most of the time, if you have moments of weakness, having a group around you that believes in it as hard as you do and has their own form of helping to manifest it, you don't always have to be the guy holding the line. Or if there is a moment or a subject or a nerve that is struck within you that makes you waver temporarily, you have other people around you that help to hold the battlefront of like, okay, he's feeling weak, and holds you in place until you can regain your composure and your momentum. Number 3 is positivity inundation. The world is filled relentlessly with infinite amounts of counter postulates, or why you can't have, or reinforcements of weakness, or you don't know yet, or you can't do yet, or you're unqualified, or you're underfunded, or you don't, whatever the fuck, it is sitting there ready, willing, and able. As soon as you place a goal or a postulate or a have or a commitment in place, believe me, like I know my name, 100% of the time, it is there to greet you with all of the reasons that you can't or won't or are unable to. One drop cell phone at a time. And depending on their age group. While I personally am too young to know who Captain Planet is, a mentor of mine told me he was a jacked cartoon in the 90s. Okay. It depends who it is.
Yeah.
I think it's funny.
I don't get it.
Okay, well then, again, it depends on how old they are. A Jack cartoon in the 90s, and I want you to be my Captain Planet.
Oh my god.
I would get laugh after laugh after laugh with that. I would say it, straight up say it to dudes, and they would be like, LOL, what the fuck, bro? You know what I mean? Play with it with your writer's voice, but have fun with it.
I would get Elon Musk to be like...
charger, homie?
Yeah.
Here.
You should have like one of Elon Musk's like...
Well, take the fish and leave the bones. You know what I mean? Whatever piece of it speaks to you. And then say, look, I want to offer you something no other ambassadorship is offering. I'm looking to make a killing and come up in the business world. While leaving a positive footprint instead of the opposite on the planet. If you can identify with the sentiment of leaving this place better than we found it, and support the brand through teaming up with me, not us, in carrying that message, I would love to send you a phone case on the house.
Or on the yurt.
On the yurt, those are green friendly.
Cool.
And to truly put my money where my mouth is. Provide you an affiliate link pays you %100 of profits generated through your code. This may be my company, but I want this to be our mission. Hit me back if you're interested in putting something together. Thanks so much for reading. That's not going to get people to say yes and post about it. That's going to get big time motherfuckers to hustle it.
Yeah.
Because you are passing, you just set up the entirety of the infrastructure and are giving them 100% of your profit for that sale.
Yeah.
That's after cost of goods sold, that's after shipping, that's after an administrative management expense for whatever the fuck salary you pay yourself.
Yeah.
Where there's like an all-in processing fee of $19 or an all-in cost of $19 and the rest of it is profit that you will pay to them.
Mm-hmm.
Because that is the cheapest goddamn motherfucking sale you have ever made in your life. Because you're coming out of pocket zero, you're establishing a connection, and most importantly, not only are you getting the exposure, but they are going to work to generate customers, and your whole goal in life is to what? Acquire those. Because you're not interested in the acquisition. You're interested in the CLV. And you will then have an email list of a couple million people. You then will have, is our Lord and Savior. Amen. You will then have, at the end of this, an automated chatbot with segmented customers, knowing which cell phone case they are the most likely to purchase. You will have a fleet of ambassadors that are aligned in your mission, serving themselves while serving you, while serving the customer, while serving the planet.
Yeah.
You will have an alliance with 5 or 10 of the biggest, most powerful nonprofits on the planet that are infinitely more accomplished than you in your genre, which will also give you access to the leaders or at least mid-level managers of those organizations.
Yeah.
You will have listings that have reviews, and you will have done it for $10,000. That is how you build an infrastructure for $1 million business in year 1.
Woo.
Next goes personal sales and email marketing. Stay tuned. I feel spent.
You should, Jesus.
Whatever. And I did it in a Hintze Media shirt.
Woo.
World, no. You have to actively, that shit sets your mindset. If you want to make the willpower piece easier with production, you have to fucking absolutely motherfucking actively seek out and drown yourself with positive noise. There's constant reinforcements around you of why you can't, why you won't, why you're unable to, all of the things that, hurdles that need to be jumped prior to you hitting the finish line. It's exactly the story that I was telling you heading up to Santa Barbara, doing like that fucking 8-hour drive for a concept that was untested, recovering money for soot and ash claims, which was something that every smart public adjuster in the world was telling me, if you could do this, I would have already done this. There was plenty of reinforcements of like, you're not graduated from college yet, you have no experience in business, your theory is untested, insurance companies will eat you for lunch, like you don't have enough fucking money in the bank to pay for gas to get to Santa Barbara, to door, to even be presented with the opportunity to discuss these things with homeowners to get your business off the ground. Those things were very loud and very prominent and very immediate. What did I fucking do before YouTube, before fucking podcasting, before all of this stuff was accessible? I had the fucking Steve Jobs Stanford graduation speech burned to a CD and listened to it on repeat every single day in the morning when I woke up. Unrelenting. Before I did anything else, while I was brushing my teeth, while I was getting ready, played that shit to inundate my psyche with the concepts that just landed super hard of like, stay hungry, stay foolish, swing for it. You can never, the dots, I fucking am giving myself chills. That's like really meaningful to me, and I always feel like when I show that to other people, like there is no doing justice to how impactful that speech was because of how much I enforced and impressed those concepts on my psyche, but it just spoke to me so hard that I was graduating with a business degree, completely incapable and underqualified to run a business. And this is Steve Jobs, a college dropout, speaking to one of the most like tried and true scholastic institutions in the world, the most prestigious, smartest minds of a generation, and he's talking to them, guiding their mindset when he could not even accomplish what they had accomplished. What qualified him to do so was concepts way more important than what the degree that he had was. So I just fucking held that shit in my mind, saying, yeah, how much negative reinforcement around him did he have way before the iPhone, way before the App Store, to be able to sit there and struggle with the Macintosh, to sit there and struggle with all of the infinite amount of failures, where what got him through was his sheer fucking attachment to his vision and his direction, when everyone, including the fucking board, was telling him that he's fucking batshit crazy and needs to come back into reality. So to actively seek out whatever that positive noise is for you and drown yourself in it. There's no fucking excuse in the world of podcasting and YouTube and Instagram that we can't find the thing that speaks to us, attach ourselves to it, and fill our brain up with that sort of noise that makes our default reaction go into that frequency instead of go into the frequency of you can't, you won't, you're unqualified, you're unable, you don't have enough fucking money in your bank account to pay for fucking food on the way to Santa Barbara. Both sides of which, by the way, are 100% accurate. It's just choosing which piece you reinforce to yourself. Number 4 is rally your tribe. Whether or not you are influential right now, you have beliefs. And I don't give a shit if your beliefs are about breeding rabbits, and the best way to like breed the fluffiest, nicest, most loving, cute, fucking cotton-tailed, whatever-nosed rabbits. There are other people that believe the way you believe, that can learn from the pieces that you already know, and you can't rally a group around you. Just like going into like fraternity rush week, when they go, anyone that plays football, anyone that's Jewish, anybody that's into whatever, and you kind of stop by the tables that appeal to you to kind of see if that's your thing or not your thing. If you don't set the table up, if you're not yelling through the stream of consciousness and the sea of people that are moving past your booth, they don't know where to stop. So you take a stand for anything about anything, and it invites people to rally around that thing and continue to breathe life into your rabbit breeding thing more than just yourself. Number 5 is create assets. If you have a belief in something, if you have survived to this point in your life, which if you are listening to this, it means you are not dead and you have survived at least to this point in your life, you have probably learned something about something. Create an evergreen asset. This means it's not just switching to a mindset of I'm going to communicate this to somebody. It means I'm going to record communicating this to something. I'm going to record me communicating something to somebody. It means putting something out into the universe, or even into your fucking Google Drive, that whether or not you're utilizing that asset, you have an evergreen piece of something that applies, that you can call upon, that will exist for forever until you delete it, to be able to disseminate as you have an infrastructure to do so. Or you can put it out into the world of like our communal consciousness and our communal assets as a fucking species that people can learn from, that you can gain from, that can be minus a voice crack, that you can gain from, that you can that you can have as a piece that contributes value, that makes you way more copy and pastable, instead of just I'm not feeling the way I'm feeling right now, and as a result I don't have the capacity or desire to communicate. If you have an asset built, you can disseminate that information in a way that is not dependent on your mood or your mind or your availability in that moment. Number 6, find a mentor. Find somebody that you aspire to be like and copy the shit out of anything in the world that they do that you want to emulate. So if you look up to Gary Vee, you don't have to say, I want to be 5'6" when I grow up, or 5'8", or however fucking tall he is, or I don't like his salt and pepper look. I think way too frequently, we look at people and we nitpick, right? I think you don't have to want the whole package to be able to get value delivered from the elements that you like a lot. What can someone like Liz, who manages multi-million-dollar budgets, has the boyfriend for 8 years that she wants to marry, who has built enterprises, who has a big following, learn from somebody like Lacey Kay? Well, she can learn an element of her unapologetic mindset where she doesn't pander to the crowd. Whether or not that is her style, that is something that she can aspire to be better at, instead of the way we were raised when you're managing investors' money and you can like get in lawsuits, or you can make $1 million based on how you talk to your employees. Like, there's something to be said for completely unapologetic, this is who I am and this is how I feel and this is what I think and whatever.
Sure.
And somebody that in a lot of versions of like grading human beings and human behavior, Liz would be a person like Lacey Kay in a lot of departments. But it's really cool for her to be able to acknowledge and learn from, or aspire to be like, aspect of a person, instead of just you can take the fish and leave the bones. It doesn't have to be full acceptance or full rejection. And when you have found certain people that you aspire to be like, reach the fuck out to them and get them in your space and in your psyche as much as humanly possible, because it will accelerate the living shit out of your growth process in that field.
Yeah, it's like finding the beauty in everything. Like,
or at least finding beauty in as many things as have beauty in them, right? You don't have to be like, I joke around that my mom presents herself like she was fucking molested by a Care Bear, where everything is farting sprinkles and sunshine and rainbows and lollipops and whatever. And that's not really like my natural state of being, nor do I necessarily think that it serves you to like let go. She doesn't just let go of judgment, she lets go of like any assessment of like if this is the way you should be or not be. And that makes, and when you accept everything, my perception of that is it also helps you stand for nothing. There is no line drawn in the sand of good and bad. So I think there's a lot of value in that, but this isn't so much a concept of seeing the beauty in everything, as much as it is identifying elements or traits, whether or not you agree with the whole, that you actually do admire, respect, desire to emulate. And if you do find those things, when you do find those things, because you tune your mind to train to find those things in the things you're looking at, get those in your space as much as possible. Find somebody that has been there and done well at the things you want to do well, and copy the living fuck out of the pattern that creates that thing.
It's funny, sorry to interrupt.
Go for it.
It's pretty funny that you say that, because in that podcast with Rob Moore, he said that you should find someone that is successful and copy everything that they do.
Right, so this is, none of the stuff I say period is totally original thought processes. It's internalized like knowledge that belongs to nobody. It's just universal truth as I see it. It's been internalized, and it's my regurgitation through my model of the world and my experiences. None of it is like, if anybody wants to take any part of it and chop it up and reuse it for anything that distributes it to more people, I don't give a shit. I'm happy for it to create that impact. And you're right. And what you'll find, or at least what I've found, is the higher you climb to the top of any industry, the more you will see universal, pervasive themes that are the exact same truth and the exact same internal landscape, whether or not the model through which they have applied that mindset is identical or even related in the least. But it's the reason somebody that is a supplements guy and internet nerd can talk to a fucking real estate mogul, and like every other thing is like, exactly, oh my god, so yes, I literally had a conversation with my team yesterday about, and it's like, how is it possible that there's so much eye to eye? You're like a crazy asshole from the UK who's like a fucking mogul like non-disputedly so, saying the same shit that I have recorded podcasts on in the past without me sparking that concept in you. There's a reason for that. And it's because truth is universal, which is why I say I don't own it. Nobody does. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Number 7, catch yourself being good. So just like you have to like decide where you're going and then create external noise to like come into your psyche to reinforce the concepts and the beliefs that are serving you. As you start to produce that yourself, you need to catch yourself doing it. Because just like the external critics and noise are going to tell you all the reasons you can't, especially if you're ambitious, especially if you're a perfectionist, especially if you have high hopes, aspirations, dreams, goals, high fucking minimum quality production standards set for yourself, you are going to be your most vicious and ruthless critic infinitely more than anybody else is going to be.
That's really true.
You have to train your thinking to look internally and to reassess where you stand and make sure that you are in a new unit of time, caught up to speed on all of the stuff that you have become better at doing. Because a lot of the time I think what happens is human beings develop an opinion or a belief or something about themselves, and then will develop and evolve and become better and do a skill set and say like, you were like, I don't handle confrontation well. And I'm like, you seem to handle the Kalia thing pretty fucking well. Like literally, that was my response. I'm like, at what unit of time are you pulling from to dictate that thing about yourself? Because I've seen, like, that may have been true at one point. Regardless of if it's comfortable internally though, I would no longer rate you a human being that doesn't handle confrontation well. Pulling me the fuck outside and saying, this is how I'm feeling, this is what's occurring, and this is how I'd like it to be, is the definition of confronting something.
Yeah.
Confront does not mean being abrasive. Confrontation does not mean being unpleasant or attacky. It means to acknowledge what is. You are no longer a person that has difficulty confronting situations. In fact, I could probably, if I sat here and thought about it, give you 20 examples of shit that you have confronted very well with me. From like, I don't fucking know video editing and I want to. That is confronting a weakness instead of, I'm not gonna like lean into things that I'm not good at because it's not a reinforcement of how awesome I am, right?
Yeah.
You have to catch yourself being good. When you do something well, this isn't like a let me go think about the last 6 months of all the things that Stephanie has confronted well. This is like on a daily motherfucking basis. Like how I caught Adam being like, I feel like you have control of shit. He doesn't require me saying that, but it's catching somebody being good. Why? Because what you put your attention on motherfucking expands. And if you are looking for the things that impress you in people and you are validating it when it fucking shows up, those are the things that strengthen.
Yeah.
So if we are nitpicking ourselves for all of the ways we fell short, I'm not saying to ignore our fucking shortcomings. In fact, I think it's very good to work on them relentlessly. But in the event that you are working on them and you start to do things well, catch yourself doing it and consciously acknowledge it, because those are the things internally that will strengthen your character and your person, and it will shed light on your competence, which will naturally increase your confidence, which will naturally increase your capacity to do whatever the fuck you want to do. Number 8, shift to a contribution-based mindset. You should be looking around the room, and instead of figuring out how a lot of like mid-level puzzle solvers do, or entrepreneurs do in life, which is how can they plug into my system to serve my ends, look around the room, see where people are aimed, see who has clarity on what. If not, invite the clarity, help to get yourself in line with what they want to accomplish, and think of every fucking way instinctively, like without having to consciously do it, which will happen by consciously doing it enough until it becomes a habit, until it becomes a subconscious thing you just fucking do.
Mm-hmm.
How do I contribute to assisting them getting to their fucking goal? 2 things with that. Number 1, you will naturally become better at integrating their goal and your goal, which creates synergy, which creates alignment, which creates, why if each person is rowing a boat in crew and they pull with, 5 force, I'm just fucking making something up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you have 10 people in the boat, they should be rowing with 50 force, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that is not the case, because when you have fucking 10 people in the boat pulling out of 5, it ends up being like 389 units of force. Why? Because there's like something that is created when synergy and inertia and alignment occur. That alignment you will have like the ice melt away if you unapologetically, unrelentingly are attempting to contribute to the people around you without consciousness or agenda on how that shit serves you. The secondary thing that is less pragmatic, that is more karmic or high level, is you can't fucking, like, value bombs are not one-way things. They feel like one-way things in the immediate, but the harder you throw and the better you get at throwing those fucking value bombs in a way that lands on the thing that it needs to land on to empower the people in your environment, the more those shit stop being bombs or baseballs and they start being boomerangs. And it is impossible to contribute at a high level in an effective, meaningful, impactful way on a regular, consistent basis in every fucking direction without having that shit boomerang back to you and just hit you in the face. I'm sitting here like blocking boomerangs that I don't even remember throwing because it happens so subconsciously. Do you know what I mean? To like gauge this, and a quick like caveat, when Noah's asking why I stopped to have a discussion with a homeless person and then invite him into my car and then say, hey, this is like, I'm working on this project, do you want to work on it with me for 5 hours and get paid to do so? I'm telling him, like, people agree and can understand, and it's kind of popular now to be like, contribute value. Like, what is your unique value proposition in business? But it's impossible to be in a value-based mindset or a contribution-based frame of reference and see a homeless guy on the street wanting work, or see an old lady struggling to get her walker up a curb, and for it to not be your instinct to stop and to contribute. You cannot separate it. It's a state of being. It's not a have, and it's not something you do, it's something you are. It is a point of operation from which your thoughts are derived and implemented from. Do you know what I mean? It's a who, it's a more than it is a what. So I'm not saying go find all the old ladies struggling and make that your thing. But if you are truly like internalizing this concept of contribute as hard, as frequently, as effectively, and as impactfully in every way to everyone that you have the capacity to reach and to touch, you can't pass an old woman struggling or a homeless guy and it not impact your psyche.
Mm-hmm.
Number 9, embrace and invite failure. Failure, I think, to call back to the Rob Moore thing again, is a major, major stoppage or block that assists people in failing prior to attempting it. Is their perception of their capacity to succeed or to fail, and that success is good and that failure is bad. Well, Steve Jobs said in that same thing, and I've quoted it a million times, we'll have good things happen to us and we'll have bad things happen to us. One should never be so presumptuous or cavalier as to presume that they know which things are good things and which things are bad things until long after the event is over. It is literally impossible to connect it's only possible to connect the dots looking back, that a thing will lead to a thing that will parlay to a stone that gets you across the river that you didn't even know you were trying to cross in retrospect. It's impossible to do that on a go-forward basis, so you have to have faith in something. Yourself, God, the universe, karma, whatever the fuck it is, that if you continue to do certain things like this, like embracing failure, the dots will always connect, and they always do. Failure isn't something you should be averse to or trying to avoid. Not only is it something that is unavoidable, it's something that is necessary to like give you the lessons that are necessary, to give you the skill sets that are necessary to parlay into the next level of success. I have about like 11 initiatives in the fire, some of which I'm working on with you. I have no doubt that we'll just take like artificial intelligence and like systemization of like audience segmentation and like delivery of content is a huge piece that we're working on right now. I have zero doubt in my mind you and I will fail at that multiple times until getting it right. We will do things that make us eat shit and oversell or lose our subscribers or deliver it in a way that we don't want it delivered, or like routes that will break or codes that won't deliver or people that will be fucked up that will create a mess that will make us have to like concede and give more prior to getting it right. which will teach us something that will develop a skill or a mindset or a frame of reference that will enable us and empower us to be able to get it more right than we ever thought we could have in the first place. But I'm not sitting here being like, I really want to succeed at this instead of failing. I know the failure is going to come, and I know that the success on the other end of the failure is also going to come even harder than we set out to in the beginning. Heyo. Steve Jobs straight up fucking got fired from a company that he started, that he worked on for 12 years, took public and made into a multi-million-dollar corporation, publicly in front of the world at 31 years old. You can't fail harder or more publicly than that. And do you know what that let him do? It let him go back to the motherfucking garage and get back to the basics instead of worrying about PR and the politics of the board or what information to release which affected his public stock price. And what did he do? He did what creators do. He fucking started creating again. And you know what it led to? A little company called Pixar, which invented CGI. And a company called Next, which was a bullshit pile of fuck that ended up getting acquired by Apple. And part of the deal was him becoming the CEO of the board with unchecked power in product development, which led to the iPod and the iPhone. Was that a failure? Yes, it was. Was it a necessary failure to be able to parlay into something bigger and better than Macintosh was even trying to do, or Apple was trying to do? Absolutely it was. So it was a complete failure. That was a necessary failure to succeed at the level that he was going to be able to be empowered to succeed at if he was able to stomach the failure, right? Last and most importantly, throughout this entire process, there absolutely must be an underlying tonality of, or a belief and a reinforcement of the notion that your self-worth is not just absolutely, unequivocally non-negotiable, but it is entirely unrelated to your success or your failure, to your production or the lack thereof. What you produce and how well you do and how many fucking followers you have and how much money you have in the bank is a separate conversation from what you are worth, according to you. The punchline to all of it, like the pinnacle of importance of this whole fucking thing, is any one of these 10 steps or any other step in any other program to any other destination that is worth traveling will be amplified and infinitely more empowered if you agree and internalize the following sentiment. There is no lack of production or lack of success. There is actually no external stimuli that is an adequate justification for withholding your love from yourself. And if you agree, not just that you have to fail to succeed, not just that like you're gonna drown yourself in positivity, not just that you're gonna get clear on where you're going and find a mentor to help you set up a game plan of how you to most efficaciously get there, but that no matter how good or bad you do at any piece of the journey that has no fucking finish line, that you will deeply and intimately and wholeheartedly love yourself for no other reason besides for that you choose to. Everything else you do becomes infinitely more empowered, which, ironically, should not amplify or detract from how much you love yourself. It's non-negotiable. Those are my 10 surefire any industry level up strategies.
That last one is like so important. I mean, they're all really
They're all
important,
but I agree, and
like,
there's a reason I saved it from for
Yeah.
last.
Yeah,
What do you guys think? Worthy of a podcast?
really good. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you have any input, insight, positive, negatives, things that spoke to you, things you would change?
That was all just fire.
Cool. That's how I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
Because each one of them could be their own subject.
Definitely.
not let it go until it's fucking done and they know it's done are going to do that no matter what.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just is a matter of like how hard or how long. You know, how many times you get it wrong before you get it right, how painful it is, how pleasant it is, whatever.
Yeah.
But like, if you just decide you're a motherfucking Terminator, like, none of what I'm like saying is like, do this.
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't know if you said you do so much or you have so much going on or there's so many different things or however you said it.
Yeah.
Dude, this is not like 1/100th of the like, you want to see my Skypes? Because I haven't looked at my Skypes today. I guarantee you it's over 1,000 Skypes.
Yeah.
And sure as day, when I fucking talked to that person, he's like, dude, I tried you 27 times. You know?
Shit.
It's because it doesn't have anything to do with that. It's just making the decision that A, there's not a way to do it, and B, that you are going to motherfucking do it.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? What's
Um.
the finish line look like? What would you like it to look like if you could close your eyes and decide what you have? No do attached to it. Just this is what I have in my brain and imagination because I have like 40 seconds to paint a picture and anything I say comes true.
For me, like I would want to start off in some cases.
I want to get a job working
And-
for Hintze Media.
You.
Time out for anything?
You're yelling at me and you're blocking the camera, my friend.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Nevada Secretary of State. Am I signing as me?
Thank you.
Thanks, E.
Thank you,
You're
sir.
the man. Is this my pen or yours?
That's yours.
All right.
And then,
So you want to start off to get experience with phone cases?
yeah, like my bigger dream would be to like,
It would or it is?
no, my bigger dream is
Yeah.
to do something with like biodegradable products, like in general, like start off with phone cases, but then like expand to other things,
Like?
like straws, like there's what was I just saying about the
Containers?
containers,
So you want a marketplace of
the bowls,
sustainable products?
yeah, and maybe not even like biodegradable, but just like eco-friendly products, like skincare, anything. Like I kind of like the way how Amazon started with
Books.
books, and then kind of moved into like everything.
Mhm.
But like
Yeah,
me,
you know
like
what that's
in
called?
that way.
It's called penetrating and radiating. And if
Yeah.
there's one thing I can help you with, it's the radiating.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
any good at penetrating? Thank you. Totally misdirected that one. It's called misdirection. I sometimes use that for humorous purposes. You always want to penetrate before you radiate. You know what that's called?
Testing the market. No, I don't know.
It's your entry point.
Yeah.
It's your target marketplace. It's not your only marketplace.
Yeah.
It's the marketplace you're starting with. It's like, on my podcast, I am talking to a 23-year-old version of me. That's in my mind who I'm speaking to. A
Yeah.
younger version of me that like knew he was gonna make it, but also had a lot of insecurity that he wasn't gonna make it,
Yeah,
and chose to not listen to it, right?
for sure.
That's like the ideal person. Does that mean that if you're 22 you can't relate? Or if you're a 40-year-old woman, there's not concepts from that that are very,
Can
of course
definitely
not.
relate.
So with you look at the phone case, cool, everyone has a phone. That is a target market.
Yeah.
And then after your brand has teeth and has sunken in somewhere, you radiate and you can do upsells and downsells and funnels and social campaigns and become a 501c3 or whatever the fuck permutation you want to do. Do you see this being something that you have influencer marketing for? Is it something like to be a thing to sustain you financially, or
Yeah.
just more sustain the planet and you have your teeth in something and create a community around it, but it's not so much about the money, or
No,
is
it's
it
about the
both?
money.
Cool.
I mean, it's about the money, but like, cause obviously everyone wants to make money, but it's like, how do I
Patron
make
doesn't.
money while also like helping the planet too? because that's like what's important.
Yeah, you don't
to
have to
me.
be a shithead while you make money.
Yeah.
I feel you. Do you have any plan of attack?
So right now I'm just like at the point where I created my like Shopify account, I
Good
built
girl.
my website, I kind of got it the way I want it to look, which I don't know if you saw it. And then
Who created
I
this? You
found
or
my,
Ryan?
I did,
Did you?
yeah.
Good girl.
And then
I'm
Well,
there.
I
I'm
always
there
like
for
to
like
change all
if
this.
she's stuck and like doesn't want like or
Awesome.
doesn't have any other place to go. But
Yeah.
like, I'll just be like, okay, you can figure this out.
Yeah, you let her.
If you need
yeah,
anything, I'll
he
let you
kind of
know.
let me get pissed off and be like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
It's a healthy muscle.
Yeah. Because normally
How did you
it's
do?
like,
How did you
"Oh,
create
it's
these
nice."
images?
I just took them straight from the supplier.
The brand.
Yeah. They already had the images. So
Do
it's-
the brands don't come. The brand doesn't come with the brand on it, does it? It's white
This-
labeled.
It did, but it did.
It
That's
did.
why she's
That's
switching.
why I completely was like, fuck that.
It was-
and
She's paying like how much? $18 per.
$22 per case. So then I was like, no,
Yeah.
fuck that.
They're just a brand that's
And
kind of
it's
mooch.
not really,
basically.
like-
they're too lazy to market and spend money themselves to market
Yeah.
their already.
It's for people that don't do their research. Let me ask you something. Why do you want to own your own brand? This is something that I think is like an important question to ask yourself. You can fucking make a retarded amount of money not having to create 1 billion, 2 billion, 3 billion, 5 billion impressions before your image starts to become commonplace. Like you have to suffer through so much negative ROI and wrong decisions before people know who the fuck glad bags are. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That it sounds and feels glamorous to be the brand owner. You know what else is really glamorous? Being really good at any one piece of the supply chain and middling from production to consumer somewhere, whether that's the marketing, whether that's being the best motherfucking logistics person or third party fulfillment provider or marketplace distributor or bot builder for whatever the fuck, and have a piece of it where either A, not a lot of people know how to do it, so there's gonna, as soon as people understand the value, they will flood to that thing, and then there will be a catch-up period because there's not enough people that took enough time to get good at it prior to the market as a whole, knowing that that was the next thing.
Yeah.
I can tell you right now, there's not enough people building adequate, unique bots, and I could teach you to build a bot in 3 hours, and that could be your full-time business, and you could make $100,000 in the next 6 months with medium amount of hustle, with you being front-end communicative type, and like him doing a couple of very small tweaks, and it could very well be switched.
For sure.
I don't want you to get stuck on the romanticness
Own your own.
of owning your own brand,
Oh, yeah.
because I've crushed it being the best at a piece of the supply chain that opened up my capacity to empower whatever the fucking product on the earth I wanted to, and liked the owner and liked the brand and had the margin and wasn't stuck to my own shit.
Yeah.
I almost feel like launching a brand may be the third step, or when you get so good at one piece
Yeah.
of the supply chain, maybe you do the whole thing
Yeah.
just to do the advanced Kevin version
Okay.
of let me figure out what the fuck, right? To be like, this is design. I fucking love building websites
Yeah.
or landing page optimization. You know, like there's people that like go into quality control, listen to a call center thinking it's a punishment, and end up fucking loving compliance.
Yeah.
There's just weird fucking things that exist. I want to own a brand. I think it makes a lot of sense. It's not where I would personally start.
Yeah.
I would start by getting exposure to the thing that you feel services the biggest itch that you want scratched. If that is eco-friendly, that's a thing. If that's making fucking piles, boatloads of fuck you money, that's another thing. If it's a combination of the two, well then I would go hunt down somebody that has done a combination of the two and do anything in your power to create value and relieve pain points for that fucking person and be like, I'm your new bitch, show me what's up. I'm about to fucking bring value any way I can, rub off on me. Not rub one off on me. Hopefully it's, I was kind of picturing it being a female, which sounded less weird in my mind. Do you know anybody that you would want to be like in that capacity?
Like somebody that, I don't know, like that
Someone has
is
killed
like
it professionally.
with eco-friendly, or
If that's a thing for you, which I think it is.
no, I think I just need help like marketing, and that's like where you and Liz come in. Like if
Come
that's
in
why
how?
I'm like trying to just soak up any type of marketing.
What do you mean trying? Are you
Well,
soaking stuff
no,
up or
I
are you not?
am, I
Yeah, then
am.
you're not trying, you're doing. Stop the
Yeah.
qualifying shit.
No, I know. but-
I see you listening. I told
Yeah.
Liz you're an excellent listener. And it's not
Yeah, I am.
from when we're communicating, it's from when I can feel you being present when I'm not
Yeah.
talking to you. It's really easy when someone's aiming at you
Yeah.
to not be like, right?
For sure.
But I know when I'm doing my stuff, I can like feel
Yeah.
your presence, which is so fucking important. Every goddamn trade show, you should have seen me in fucking 2009 breaking into the insurance business, dude. Like, I would have smacked me. I would talk to someone and ask question after question after question until they were literally like, get away from me.
Like just hella nosy.
And I'd be like, dude, I totally get it. I only have 3 more things. And they'd be like, who are you? And I'm like, I'm Joshua.
Yeah.
You know? Like, they're like, is he retarded? Is he really ballsy? Like, you know?
Both.
Both, maybe, yeah. What's the difference? It's like a real fine fucking line there.
No, I think the reason I want to like do it and own my own business is always because my dad told me like the only way you make real money is like by not working for someone. And then the other reason is like there's one, I think like competitor that has like a biodegradable phone case that I know of that I've like done research on, and they're like not killing it, but like I think they're doing pretty well. And
What does a biodegradable phone case sell for?
they're selling theirs for like $40, which I wouldn't do. If I'm getting it for $1.20, I'm not gonna fucking do that shit.
Why?
Because I think that's ridiculous, and I think
What part of it?
just how, not even just how much money they're making off of just like even selling one, but just like
How do you know
the
they're
fact that I want everyone to be able to have one.
How do you know that they're making money selling it?
That's what I don't really know, but I know they have like, and this sounds ignorant, but I know they have like 100,000 followers on Instagram. Like,
Don't
Yeah.
stop looking at him.
well, I'm just saying.
I love you.
Yeah.
It's not a thing of judgment, and I'm
Yeah.
zero upset. I'm just inviting you
Yeah.
to like stretch into like, you know what you're saying.
Yeah.
He's more comfortable. You're talking to me.
I don't
That's-
really know.
that's
I don't
chilling.
know
That's
like
a totally
their
acceptable
financial,
answer. That's
yeah.
a totally acceptable answer. I don't know is a totally.
But I know that from just going to trade shows, and I guess like the type of trade shows we've been going to, the trend is like eco-friendly. Like just everything I've seen has just been going that way. Like people want to get more healthy. They're actually starting to give a shit about the planet, and like, oh fuck, our oceans are fucked right now, and just
And not
like
in a
how
ooh baby
people are
way.
banning straws and doing all this stuff. So I think people are actually like starting to open their eyes, and it's just like another way to like,
So are you trying to move to
Get
where
in
you
there.
think the market is headed, or are
That
you,
too.
or are you moving
It's something that
the
I've
thing
started
you give
to
a
li-
lot, you give a big fuck about, and you
It's
also think
both.
it's socially relevant?
both, for sure. Like
Okay.
if it was just something I like cared about that nobody else fucking cared about, you're not gonna make money off of it.
Really, I would go be the best motherfucking person out of those 3 people at
Yeah.
that. I think if I was really into like Chinese swing dancing, if that's a thing,
Chinese
Yeah.
pole dancing.
you know, I would love to do a fucking podcast on that. I just don't know shit about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I like that it has something that is unique, that's not just a phone case.
Yeah, because there's so many people that do that.
Yeah, I think before you worry about getting a product, you have to ask yourself, what is the sales process? right?
Yeah.
Like, what is your approach? I don't give a fuck what it is, to communicating value about anything
Yeah.
to a person, let alone the masses.
Yeah.
And it's a real question. Do you have an approach in your mind of like how you would demonstrate how something is superior to something else? Or maybe a pitch for this.
Talking about superior, I mean, it's just.
You can tinker with my words if I'm saying it like in a way that's like not really the way that you think or speak.
For me.
What makes you better than, for instance, whatever that other case word
Ella?
is? Yeah. What will be the determinant? Like, what will make you?
I mean, what makes
more
any other phone case
appealing
better
to
than
other
the
people?
other one? I guess like just design, like connecting like with my branding, just having a different type of branding than them. It might be kind of similar, but there's a lot of fucking phone cases that are similar that still do well.
Handwritten, like this is very like, I guess.
Micro.
Yeah, very very micro. Like having like a handwritten note, have like
Yeah.
cool packaging
Just
that's
like-
also recyclable or whatever.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I'm looking into the packaging too, which obviously I'm not gonna have a whole bunch of fucking plastic packaging. Like, I care about that too. Like, I want the packaging to be like minimal but cool.
Okay.
But like marketing wise, for me, I don't know that much. I was thinking I would start off with like doing brand ambassador stuff because that's like how to make money for free. Like, I started doing stuff on Collaborate. I have like 50 people that want to collaborate with my brand right now, and I don't really have. Obviously, I don't even have my fucking phone cases yet. But what am I talking about? Marketing? Okay. Like I have my pitch already.
Brand
Which is-
ambassadors. What was the other one you said? You said collaborate.
Yeah.
Under brand ambassadors, maybe you semicolon whatever the reason was for that you said, of like money for free.
Yep. So it's like something that these people want, that they're like willing to pay for, that I'm gonna give them a break off of, like whatever, like 30% off and plus a commission. So like my pitch is,
Let's hear your pitch. I like this.
yeah.
That's cool.
While she's pulling the pitch up, I was telling her when she was about to quit her job, I was like,
Speak up, 'cause they can't really hear the audience.
when I was telling Emily after she was deciding on if she wanted to quit her job or to resign from her position as a manager, I was like telling her like first of all, she wasn't happy with her current circumstances, so there would have to be some type of change. But I was also saying that if she's gonna work for anybody, she should be working for someone that she aspires to be like, and that she can like
If I could quit what I was doing right now to work for
someone else.
for T.R. Becker, I would do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
Really?
1,000 fucking percent.
I'm saying like
I would.
That's like what you were asking, like basically what you were asking her. Do you know anybody in your life that you can do that?
Correct.
So like
yeah.
for me, that you're that person. So like I'm working for you, but like it's not like that's the only thing I'm doing is working for you. Like I'm trying to like.
You're doing your shit, but you're also just like soaking everything in.
Yeah.
Like,
You should try
trying
to make it. If I were you, I would try to make it the only thing that I was doing. I would fucking be sleeping on my goddamn fucking floor. And by the way, I'll give you a frame of reference. I was 19 years old. It was the first fucking time. And by the way, I think you're fucking great. So if you don't want to change anything you're doing, take the fucking fish and leave the bones. I'm not attached to any of it. It's just my 2 cents. That's worth more than yours. Kidding. And we also have very different styles. I'm like a fucking grit my goddamn teeth and hit it as hard as I fucking can, which I kind of sense the same intensity from you, even though I'm more loud about it. I feel like you have that same like sink your fucking teeth into something thing and see it the fuck through. I get that same, it's very weird because we have different styles, but like from the first time we spoke, I'm like, I like him. I literally think I said that on the phone. I'm like, I like you.
Yeah.
We can give you access. What do you want to be paid?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just name any price that's fair. I think I said that to you guys, the thing that I told her that I try to say if I like somebody, which is like, say something that's fair and I'll endeavor to just say yes. I won't even counter. Which
Yeah.
I think, did we do?
I don't think that was on this one.
We can counter.
What's up?
You just took, yeah.
Yeah,
You're
I was like,
yeah.
okay, seems reasonable.
Yeah.
I think it's also fucking like a gazillionth of a percent. When I was 19 years old, I got my first opportunity to work in a car dealership.
Okay.
And
Mazda.
Westcott Mazda Kia, good fucking listening. My man.
Good shit.
I see you, bro. Eyes and ears open, it's important. Amy did one of these, like, when I regurgitated her entire thing, she was
Yeah.
like,
It's like, damn, I wasn't even listening to myself that hard.
and I wasn't sitting there trying to memorize it, I was just like trying to
Yeah.
internalize because I care. There's just a lot of fucking nonsense because I'm a pinball. And she's like,
I
Whoa.
wouldn't have been able to remember that. And like,
I got the first opportunity to fucking make money outside of like, and my cover for that, which was getting my massage therapist license, because I needed to pay tax on the money somehow. And when I saw that I could go from like doing stuff that was like hustly and grindy to like being part of like an institution where I got to show up and fucking just rape and pillage and like I was like, it's like how I feel like Jordan must have felt playing basketball. Where you're just like, this is where I'm comfortable, I don't know why I look like I'm swimming, but like it's supposed to be easy running, but like the desk is not high enough for me to like show that I'm running
Yeah.
easily. And I was just like very in my element. And I was like, holy fuck, like I made like $600-700 today because I smashed on a Sunday. I've never done that before in my whole entire life. And the second I got a taste of blood, which is what the closer at the time that was above me said it, he's like, you just got your first taste of blood. Because I went 2 days or 4 days or whatever, and was kind of like, dude, where do I put the ticket for the offer? Like, retarded, just getting used to it. I apologize if either of you two are retarded. As soon as it clicked in my brain, like, holy fucking shit, the better I do, the more I make. Every single second that I do better. It was like the fucking largest blowout you have ever seen in your life. It was like a professional fucking NFL player, like, was playing someone that, like a middle schooler that doesn't play football. Because my game was just expanded so fucking hard where I'm like, okay, how does the system work? And I went to the closer, I'm like, what does your best sales guy do?
yeah.
You know? And he's like, he assesses before he closes. He assesses before he pitches. I'm like, fucking done. Who's your best guy? He goes, he's him, but he's gonna fucking not be friendly to you. He's gonna pick on you. I'm like, great. He can fucking pick on me. That sounds wonderful. I love being picked on. Cool. Is it in the blue shirt? Sick. And I followed him around like a fucking weirdo, watching every single fucking thing that he did. Threatened to fucking screamed at me. Threatened to fucking beat my ass. I'm like, you're gonna fucking lose a sale because you're pissed at me, a 19-year-old able to get under your skin. I can't even afford a tie. You're that fucking pissed at me? Let's go. Now I'm fucking working you up. Can you perform under pressure? They said you're the best guy, but maybe it's because it's Westcott Mazda Kia. You need me to take the fucking sale? And I would stir shit the fuck up. It was disruptive, right?
Yeah.
To the point where people were like, you stand in an op system. You go op, like for an opportunity when someone comes on the lot, and the person that calls it gets it, and it rotates, like who gets to get it, who's in line to get it. I did that for one day, like following this guy, and I realized, holy shit, I only got 4 potential humans the entire time. By the way, I was like a sophomore in college, okay? I'm like, that's gonna cap, and by the way, like everyone and their mother's like, dude, why are you driving to like the asshole of San Diego to go sell Mazdas? I'm like, it's so awesome. They're like, why, is it nice? I'm like, no, but it's so fucking cool because you can, and they're like, you sell cars, dude, like, that's like not a glorious profession. I'm like, yeah, but you don't understand, there's like a whole ecosystem and like, but again, like, as always, like people have not really, I don't know, like my shit has
They
been,
always want to shit on
it was been weird and misunderstood until it wasn't, I guess. And probably a lot of what I do is still like, what the fuck is wrong with that guy? But I don't know, whatever. I digress. So long story short, I realized, like, dude, I stayed here the whole day. I was diligent as fuck. I got 4 opportunities. If I closed 4 or if I closed 0, my max potential was 4. Right?
Yeah.
Cap, ceiling, not cool with me, not okay with me. So what the fuck did I do? I got paid $100 per car that I sold. I made like $7.95 an hour plus commission. I figured there was 2 ways that I could get more money. Number 1, I could work more hours and try to get it to 6 a day, and I closed most of the people that I spoke to, or at least got them inside to like talk about a deal. Whether or not we could make the deal, that was out of my hands because it was the closer's turn. The second way, aside from just working more hours, because I was reading a lot of T. Harv Eker at the time, who was saying, like, you can't trade time for money, you have to build a system, you have to have something that feeds you, not something that you feed into, right? Not something that you say, okay, here are hours in exchange for something. You build an asset, and the asset produces for you. So, inspired by Rich Dad, Poor Dad's story about his, like, hired a couple of his friends to sell comics for him, and then once somebody had read the comics, they can bring them back and he would buy them back cheaper than he would sell them to the next person for, and he had no role in the system, right? I wasn't that sophisticated. That guy is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He sold more copies of anything than I've ever sold, but I was reading that at the time, and I went to 2 receptionists. They made like $5 an hour. 2 like very nice like 16-year-old Mexican sisters. And I said, hey, every time you pass me a lead. No, you know what I said? I'm like, hey, do you guys each want $100? And they're like, yeah.
Really?
I'm like, I want you to swear to God, I'm not doing anything illegal. I need your word that you won't say anything to anyone about what I'm about to tell you next. And it's nothing but a proposal, but you can't tell anyone that we're doing this. And they're like, done. And I'm like, boom, $200 that I didn't really fucking have. I mean, it was like the only $200 I had, and I gave it to these 2 chicks. And I'm like, there, now you know that I can give you money and that I'm not full of shit. Every time you pass me a lead and somebody calls in for someone and you bump them to me, is what's called a bump, right? They ask for someone and they can't take it. I'm gonna pay whoever passes me that call half of my commission.
Yeah.
If,
They're like, oh.
if you bump somebody off of an existing sale and bring it to me, I will pay you my full commission.
Shit.
And I will pay you in cash prior to me getting paid.
Damn.
I fucking outsold the entirety of the other salespeople by like 3x. Cumulative.
Yeah.
These 2 little fucking chicks were throwing clients at me. I was literally like running through the fucking room, grabbing the keys, and being like, the deal's done and da-da-da-da, and throwing it to the fucking closer, and running back out the door for my next test drive, slamming the sales bell on the way out. Turning around to the guy who told me to fuck myself, fuck you, and hit the bell on the way out of the fucking thing.
Oh my
5 days, 6 days after I started. By the time I turned 20, had been there for 10 months. I was the finance manager of the whole chain of car dealerships.
That's awesome.
Putting on seminars at 20 to a bunch of people that hated my motherfucking guts because they had been in the car business for 30 years. And you know what I would tell them? The very first thing when the owner, which I hated doing this, would make me sell to a bunch of people that wanted to stab me in the face.
What?
If you want to sell more, listen. People will fucking tell you what their buttons are.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you told us.
I want you to assess.
What do you want?
What do you want? Exactly fucking right. It's crazy. What did I start with Amy? What do you want?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gives me something to aim at, doesn't it? What do you
Yeah.
want to be doing? I think I've asked you something similar.
Yeah.
What's your dream job? Like if you could just wave your hand, magic wand, close your eyes, what would you be aiming at? Why am I doing that? Because it's some sort of like clandestine Jew trick? Well, yes it is. But also because I want to create alignment between us. And I'm trying to incite clarity in your mind, because contrary to popular belief, the difference between a flashlight that dies out in 15 feet and a laser that can be seen on the moon is not the power of the instrument, it's the focus that allows it to go infinitely further, right? So if we're like, I have a generalized sentiment of sort of the things that I want by a time frame that is not specified.
It's like what?
It's a flashlight. It might be pleasant to experience, but it's not gonna get you very far.
Yeah.
You wanna know what the fuck I'm going to produce by when? It's on the motherfucking board, nonstop, all the time, in every single fucking business. It doesn't look like much. Look at my marketplace ads, 600,000 in June, 750,000 in July, 1 million in August. That's in the GMP marketplace. Right there, in Nussbaum Enterprises 649, I am committed to having $679,189 by June 12th, 18.
It's awesome.
You know, and I'm not saying because the fucking numbers are cool. Believe me, they used to be way fucking smaller. I'm just saying you ask me what the fuck by when the fuck, I will tell you on anything in my life.
Yeah.
And it's a pain in the dick to sit there and remember what each goal is on each fucking thing. But I can tell you, every time something doesn't have a have attached to it, I don't hit the target.
Yeah.
So you invite somebody to be like, what the fuck is your have? What are you committed to having? What are you gonna do? What do you want? It's a reason it's the first fucking episode of my goddamn podcast. It's setting the framework of like, what are we aiming at?
Yeah.
And because I like you, and I get kind of the sense that you're a fucking winner, and you have a light that's turned down for some fucking reason, that it pisses me off, that I'm fucking intent on turning up, and I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Good, I saw that one got in. I like that about you. I can do that better if I know where the fuck you're looking, and where you're aiming. And you can do it better if you know where the fuck you're looking.
Definitely.
So, I got a broad stroke of you want a product brand, cell phone case, eco-friendly, buttloads of money.
Yeah.
What?
But I'm more like.
Cool.
even
I like that
if-
you're spotting that that
even-
wasn't accurately representative. Correct me.
But like money is cool, but I think I
Yeah.
value my time even more,
Why?
because I think just like working this past job that I had, working 6 days a week and waking up hella fucking early for the past like just 5 years now, because fucking softball, waking up at goddamn like 4:30 in the morning, going to workouts, like just everybody fucking controlling my life like constantly, whether it's like my parents or like fucking softball, like just anything, or my job, because that was a very controlling job. Like when you talk about like systems and everything, there wasn't a system that there wasn't like at Waffle House. Everything
There
has
wasn't
a
a
system.
what? Oh yeah, got it.
There's
yeah,
a system for every fucking thing, and you just feel super controlled. And I think I just wanna, like these past 3 months where it's kind of just been like I can do whatever the fuck I want and learn myself, because I don't really know myself that well, I feel like, or like know what I want, or everybody's just always told me what I want, and being
How
able
much
to
of
be
that?
like
Just out of
more.
curiosity, how much have I told you? How much have I told you of what you want? Do you think I've told you what you want?
No,
Right. And how many times do you think I've asked?
a lot more.
Did we get through all
Yeah.
the stuff that you wanted?
I'm interested
Yeah,
because as soon as I have clarity, and you have clarity for that matter,
yeah,
we get to create a little more of this, and it goes.
for sure.
But like, it's easy, sir. Like I was.
I've never heard that.
It's
Shut
him
up.
and Nerio are
Stop.
like our arch nemesis.
Oh
He
my
hates the
God.
accounting department. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. But him and Nerio really don't get along.
So once she
You Like,
figures out more, like what.
it's not once, it's like right the fuck now.
Yeah.
What do you want?
To learn about marketing.
Fucking awesome. That was a response. That was a really good response. Not because of what you said, but did you feel how that felt?
Yeah.
Congratulations. That was a you. That was not a me or your dad or.
Yeah.
That felt fucking real. And it hit me a whole hell of a lot better than of like everything ending with a fucking question mark.
Yeah.
When I just said like that,
Like
that was
stuff-
what I wanted to feel.
Yeah.
Learn about marketing. Cool, thank you. Awesome fucking answer. What part of that? What? How to package things? How to communicate the messaging? Do you want to know like the technical aspect? Which ironically I think that I am creatively motherfucking retarded, visually, graphically,
Yeah.
and I'm really, really, really good at like the hacks and the angles and the AI and like thinking through shit analytically. So marketing,
Yeah.
very good first answer.
Yeah.
What piece of it do you want to learn? Do you want to be like
Like-
Martha is a graphic designer, and technically that is a very big piece of marketing that I can't do if you had a gun to my head, I couldn't do it.
Yeah. More in the way of like mass marketing. I
So
think.
what strategy?
Just like
Systems,
yeah.
like how an ecosystem works,
Yes.
how a digital ecosystem works.
Yeah. How to reach.
Do you want to learn the mechanics
People.
of each thing, or do you want to learn how one thing feeds into another, Do you want to be able to execute, or do you want to be able to understand, and then
Both.
hire someone to execute? So you want to be able to do it. Like he's
yeah.
he's an executor.
I wanna be able
I'm
to
way
do
more
it.
of an architect or a strategist,
Yeah.
and would like to be able to do more myself, but I just I have to go like this.
There's no
Get it,
time.
or if you don't get it, then it just won't happen.
Yeah.
And when someone looks at me and they're like, dude, I can't, I'm like, okay, I love you, I can't spend another fucking second on it.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
Yeah.
Which sucks when it's an important part, but like,
For sure.
so mechanics, strategy, it's not an either or necessarily, but I'm saying what piece speaks to you the loudest? Is it just to have the ability to fucking like affect people, or is there a part of this that you like and that's
No, like being able to do it all myself, basically. Not
So you want-
knowing
you
how
want-
to do it.
okay, so you wanna understand the mechanics of it?
Yeah.
Okay. Write this down.
Okay.
Well, wait. Where do you stand right now? I like that smile, by the way. You're like, I feel fucking like we're on the right track, instead of saying the bullshit you were fucking saying before about what you felt like you were supposed to say about owning a brand. Like, this is so much
Yeah.
cooler. And then if you want to apply to your brand, God bless you. The
Yeah.
supply chain piece is really easy.
Yeah.
Or somebody else's brand, or an agency, or Hintze, whatever the fuck. Go be a self-weight pulling motherfucker, seeing things that he doesn't, because your minds work differently. What do you know how to do right now with just the mechanics of Google and Facebook and Yahoo and Bing and
I can put a like campaign together on like a Google ad or a Facebook ad or Instagram ad or whatever. So like I can do that, but do I know how to like
wait? So you know the mechanics. You know the
Yeah,
mechanics of how to like. You're the Ryan of Photoshop, where you can like move any piece you want, but you're not like the artist, right?
Creative.
Like
I can kind of do the artist thing too.
no, but I'm not saying for the ads. I'm saying like with
Oh,
with
okay.
Photoshop, like he's like certified in many things that he's
But
not particularly
isn't creative to
talented
do it.
in. Yeah, because he knows how to use them all.
LinkedIn.
What?
When I scoped his LinkedIn, I'm like, dude, this guy like has like 30 like skill sets.
Awesome. That's good. That's just putting effort into it for sure. Yeah. Travis Chambers, unbelievable LinkedIn.
I know, right?
Fucking super funny.
I saw it today.
But he's also like a hustler, grinder, like wants to put himself in like touching distance of other like movers and shakers, and that's a good platform to do that. I want to be like, do not give people my number. It's a little bit different of a position, but I think I like that fact that that's built out for you, because it never hurts anything
It looks great.
until we start having like shell companies and we don't want people to know what you own and whatever, which is why you pick one. You're like, I'm the RevLabs guy,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So you already know how to mechanically do it, And I have
Yeah.
heard you say twice now in this conversation that you're a little bit artsy too. So you said
So I
mechanics,
need-
but I think you need strategy and flow.
Yeah, like I need to know. I don't know much about Amazon, and Ryan knows a lot more about Amazon. Like even like getting, I guess, approved and anything with that. Like I don't know anything about marketing with Amazon at all.
But I just whenever she was interested in it, I just like
Like, I get, like,
it kind
you
of forced me to like learn it myself. So I was like, okay, I don't know how to do this, but I'll try it myself. And
Yeah, because we were thinking like, oh,
so like
What are you playing with on Amazon?
I have like 50 or not 50, but I bought a box of like BS like
which was my idea.
yeah, it was her idea.
I was like, let's get
What?
a
Of what?
bulk. Do you know what bulk
Bulk,
is? It's like a
BULK.
liquidation company, I guess. And
BULQ.
it's like, yeah.
No, I don't know. I thought you were talking about bulk supplements that sell powders.
It's
What does it do?
so
This
it
is
just
interesting and new. I like
so
learning weird things.
say like Walmart or Target or whatever, they have shit that they just need out. So I guess they send it to them, and then they have like. So it's basically 2,000. So we bought a box that was $300 that had $2,000 worth of product in it,
retail.
like retail product. Yeah. And so we kind of looked at what was in it, but not really knowing exactly what was gonna be in it. It's kind of like that kind of thing. You just like don't know that much. You know, like kind of the idea, but
We could have looked on like camel or whatever.
The fuck is that?
It's an Amazon thing to see like what things are trending and whatnot.
Oh, it's
It's
like a
like
Jungle
JV
Scout or
yeah,
JV Zoo or
or
whatever.
Jungle
Yeah, I
Scout.
gotcha.
because
Something
I
like
was
that.
like super into
I
like
just never heard of camel. That's a really
I never
awesome.
heard of
sort
it.
Yeah, that's a price checker, never mind. But it's for Amazon still though.
Got it.
yeah.
That's a
'cause
really funny name to not know, and for someone to drop camel. I'm like, oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
camel. Of course.
Oh,
Why didn't you
really?
say so?
Yeah.
Triple C.
Yeah. So I found out about like that because
Shut
I
up.
was wanting to do like Amazon, like FBA,
retail
yeah, or
arbitrage.
retail arbitrage, either one of those. So we like looked into white labeling thing, or we looked into like. Okay,
What do you like
let's
about
go-
retail arbitrage?
I think just the fact that you can go into like Walmart or something and like figure out, okay, what products are like sellable or like you're gonna make money off of them.
The making money thing was the attractive feature.
Got it.
Yeah.
Completely got it. Cool. Yeah.
And then
It's a quick buck, and it helps you build a little bit of competence in the.
Definitely.
Yeah,
on
I
your-
just wanted to do it so we could learn the process of how to do it. So like
Yeah.
all the products have sold except for 50 back massagers, and it was probably like 200.
What is the price point?
It's right below $9.
It's too low.
I know.
I'm dead serious.
it's a
'cause
shitty
it's-
back, like it's.
That's why I was asking you yesterday about the whole
I would
add-on
put
item.
no, I wouldn't even put that any higher than that.
Let me look at it.
Shit's honestly a joke. Like I
I was in the
wouldn't
process
understand
of
why they're
switching
not.
it to 10.99. But we send those into FBA, so I understand the whole process now, just from doing that exercise. It's shitty with the product images, but
No.
it was a
Stop
big
it.
shift too.
Oh, motherfucker! You got All right. Yeah. How many accounts you have? One.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know how to make a listing? You do know how to make a listing?
Mm-hmm.
Is every single one of your units in FBA?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like we had how many?
You have other people copying the same exact thing that you're doing right now,
So
and you're getting retargeted for masturbation tools, right in open public.
So can we negative keyword that or
Massage.
something, or how does that work?
No, what you do is you go and
Masturbation tools.
which honestly I respect about you.
What?
A girl's like a few appendages short, you know? And I just assume that is you taking care of your chick for like when you come and like have to go on vacation. And what you need to do is place a removal order and create a new listing because you're rotating buy box with two other sellers that are doing the same exact thing that you are with the same other products that you are. That has no seller reviews, so there's no reason to stick to that listing.
Yeah.
And I want you to do it in something that you have trademarked, like put the brand as Hintze Media, so it, as I show you shit that will make it go poof, other people are gonna jump on your listing instead of selling on that listing, and if you have brand registry, you can be like, what that? And keep them off your shit.
Yeah. Only thing is the product that, like the actual brand of the product I'm selling is like Homedics.
Homedics, yeah.
Cool.
I can't like.
Cool, so Hintze Media Distributions is your middleman, and Hintze Media Back Massagers by Homedics. You wanna know why? Because it's the same exact motherfucking thing that will make someone go, oh, it's literally the same exact image. I'll go that way, but somebody else is not gonna sell a Hintze Media back massager by Homedics or whatever the fuck it's called. So it keeps the competition away from you without detracting the buyers.
So since I created this listing,
You
couldn't I
created that listing?
Yeah.
And there's 2 other fucking sellers on it?
And
How lazy are these arbitrage fucks?
Well, couldn't I just change the name myself since I created it?
Yes you could, but it's harder now because you already wait, actually? Oh damn, yeah, you put Homedics. I thought I said Hintze Media, never mind.
But I could tell them to change the brand. I could tell them that, because
I-
I've already done that, like it was already spelled weird, so I said, can you make it say Homedics? And they're like, yeah, sure. And like,
You can change the brand name once you whatever?
yeah, I
I'm
just,
completely fucking kidding with you. I love you. Come on, man.
totally love you.
The problem is that they're already on the listing, and they might be too big of dumb shits to even realize that the fucking name changed.
Sure.
The reality is, it's good getting practice. I literally made Dave make, I don't know, 1,000 fucking listings, just to be able to do it in his sleep, backwards, forwards, upside down. I could do it with my fucking, I'm right-handed, I could do it with my left foot. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even creative.
That's hilarious.
But I've done it so many painstaking times that if you want to be good, you need to be able to like through the stuff that's just the formalities of it. It's not perfection. It's like explosive production. I also don't really care to get overly hellbent on helping you sell a couple of piece of shit back massagers, although it's like I see like 17 fucking things that could blow those out. If you ever get stuck with them, I'll help you.
Yeah, but so.
I really respect your guys' initiative though. Sincerely.
Thanks.
Picking it the fuck up and be like, I'm gonna invest $300 and figure out what the fuck. Awesome,
Yeah.
awesome. Sincerely. God, I wish I had fucking that when I was, you know, slanging cars and like doing insurance claims. What a
Yeah.
fucking sicker grind this is than going up to Santa Barbara the day after my last final on Thursday. Drove fucking 9 hours to go knock on doors because they had a fire to sell insurance claims, pushing Noah in the fucking stroller.
It's crazy.
Drove back down on Friday, walked, went to dinner with my family for graduation, and drove right the fuck back up 9 hours twice in a day.
Yeah. And I have so much.
I would way rather be fucking making listings.
Yeah. I have so much respect for that too. It's just like, it's crazy.
For insurance adjusters, thanks.
No, just for like that grind.
Yeah.
And that's like how, basically what my dad has done like his entire life too, like, and he was a single dad of 2 really small kids, like infants, like doing it by himself and
Really?
grinding and put himself through college. And so like I think that's why he doesn't kind of understand where I'm coming from. He's like, you have to grind, that's fucking life, like that type of thing.
Well, you do have to grind.
Yeah.
But you don't have to grind in someone else's shop. Where
Yeah.
where are you coming from that he doesn't understand? What piece of it?
I think he's just so concerned about my like financial situation, and I think he's like really would never want me to rely on Ryan, which I would never want to do
Yeah, fuck
anyway,
that guy.
cause that's just not me, and I'm not that type of girl that would like want to just I want a daddy, like, which is like half my friends honestly.
People that love each other rely on each other. That's my opinion. But
Yeah.
if you want to be like proud and
Yeah.
stable and independent and not like take help, even though you're a human being and every human being on the planet needs help, then I respect that. It's
Yeah.
not my approach. I've always very much been like, this is me and mine.
Yeah.
This is my unit,
Yeah.
and nothing is allowed to penetrate it, even if that thing is right. because it's protected no matter what.
Yeah.
And
And-
that creates like a stability piece that when the world is caving in, you can take turns who's being strong.
Yeah. No, I think he's just like concerned like
About which part? Which part?
Um,
Emily, what if you fail horribly? Then what?
Then I fucking get a real job.
Yeah. Is that what he's worried about? What is he worried about?
I don't really know. I should probably ask
Just
him. Dad, what the fuck are you so worried about? Jesus Christ.
yeah.
Yeah.
Except I wouldn't even do it like that. I'd be like, what are you afraid of?
Yeah.
Dad, what are you worried about?
He's probably fucking worried that I'm gonna go live with him or something, cause he ain't having that shit.
Really?
He would never, let me live with him. Fuck no.
I got
But that's like, but Ryan's family is the complete opposite.
Yeah, my
If
family.
you ever need me for like,
I got a
you
few
guys
benefits.
always have a place
Yeah.
to stay. My dad's like, no, sorry.
What's that about?
He's about to get married for the 4th time, and they just bought like a new condo, and he has his own shit going on. Like he hasn't completely.
you on Steph's desk.
I think so. I think I just cleared that
It's
out.
like Tucker out and stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's me. Sorry.
It's all good.
Okay, cool. So the cord's cut.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
what would be the worst that happens? You go to a homeless shelter and start smoking crack? That's probably
Yeah.
not gonna happen. But
That's
like,
the worst.
you know, that's like worst comes to worst with a little bit of
Yeah.
unluckiness. Or you moved in with Ryan's parents, or he owes you and I told you so, or like one of a million fucking other things that a billion other fucking broke ass
And
entrepreneurs do when they fail their second and fourth and ninth time before they finally start to fucking get good enough that shit starts to stick harder and harder and harder, and then guess what? You still go bankrupt again.
I just
But
had
then
a
when
realization too.
fucking
Oh,
beautiful.
I think also because
Turn around like Liz. Sorry to interrupt you.
we're
Continue.
because my dad has been married 4 times. Like and we're not married, we're not engaged, we're not anything. And like he knows that like relationships can be so fleeting that maybe like he's scared that I'm too like reliant on his shit. And like just wants me to like be okay financially. I don't know. Do you think that would be the case?
I like that joke. I think it's entirely possible. I think it's also highly futile. It's an act of futility to be like a rocking chair, and it gives you something to do, but you don't get anywhere. Speculating about the reason of somebody else's opinion that may or may not even be dictating.
Just ask the question.
Yeah.
I could just ask.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, what are you worried about? Not
Yeah.
Jesus. What are you worried about? I care.
Yeah.
I want to hear it.
Yeah.
And that degree of communication generally cuts through a lot of the invalidation and a lot of the fucking like blah, the shit that comes along with like the true message, which is like, I love you.
Yeah.
And I wasn't successful my first however many times, and I see you in a serious relationship, and I see it in myself. I am making shit up. I have no
Yeah.
fucking clue. But I'm just saying, generally the tone is less like this
For
when
sure.
you lead with like I'm asking you out of actual curiosity. I'm assessing,
Yeah.
because I'm not giving you guidance because I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
And like I'm not gonna get sucked into guessing, which is funny because like I get that that's a hardcore mechanism that you have to train your brain not to do, to
Definitely.
figure it the fuck out. And then guess what he answers? Yes, no, because you're an alien, because you're incompetent, because I love you more than life itself, whatever the fuck. Awesome, got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure.
I get it. Thank you for telling me.
Yeah.
The end. If you want to, you can speak your truth.
Yeah.
Not in opposition to anything he's saying.
True.
I have a fucking feeling in me that this is what I need to be doing. And you should be proud that you raised a daughter that is strong enough and stubborn enough to have the courage to chase something she's not 100% sure of.
Yeah.
It's having the faith to take the fucking leap, and something you did, genetically, nature, nurture, or otherwise, rubbed off on me enough to be hard-headed enough to fucking try. So whether or not you're supporting me now, thank you for whatever that was.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know how you talk to your dad, but that's what I would say. You know what I mean? So it like alleviates that resistance.
Yeah.
And I like that shit's showing up for you, and I like that you want to learn marketing, and I like that you know the mechanics of how to do it.
Yeah. There are just some pieces I need to fill in the gaps, I guess. Obviously,
There's some pieces
a lot
I
of
need to
gaps.
fill in the gaps. There's fucking gaps all
Yeah.
over the fucking. That's all I'm doing. I spend half my time now. I spend like 80% of my time doing and try to carve out like 20% of my time to fucking learn shit from people, or videos or blogs and blog posts and like forums and whatever. And it gets hard. The better you get, the harder and harder it gets. I would murk a wedo seal to be in your position where the world is just like open,
Yeah.
and anywhere you turn you're like, I'm learning so much.
And I want
Definitely.
everything to be
It's
perfect,
dope.
where you just
It's
so like.
fun.
Yeah.
You wanna know why? It's like when you first start lifting, it's like every month your weight's double. You know what I mean? Try lifting
Yeah.
for 8 fucking years or 6
I'm
years. It's
trying
like
to see it.
your like 40 yard isn't gonna get much faster than whatever the fuck it's gonna get to.
Yeah.
You might train really hard and shave 0.3 of a second, which would be like an astronomical difference. You know what I mean? You're at the part where it's like, oh, that's what that means. The ding, like huge level up, you know?
Yeah, definitely. The world is our oysters right now. Like we don't have anywhere we need to be. We just are just
Yeah, and you guys have the fucking stones to be like, something, not sure what, I'm going for it. I'm gonna teach you guys 2 things right now. Turn your ass around.
Okay.
I need more white space to write on. Empty, learning. Can I delete our Vegas properties? Baby girl?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So, I explained this to Carlos. Is that on or off? It's on.
Oh my god, they're so cute.
You're talking about gun 1 and gun 2? Or the fur bays?
The fur bays.
Okay, so check it out. You can approach like the digital ecosystem as like a full understanding of each one of the like universes, right? And learn every single tip and trick for eBay, or every single fucking hack for Walmart or whatever. Or you can understand generalistically. There's like the acquisition of a lead, an attempt at a client, this is how you run cold traffic into a funnel. Here's different attempts to try to capture an ability or a capacity to retarget them somehow later on down the line. So even if they don't purchase, there's still what we call a partial, which is a piece of their information, whether that's like a cookie, a phone number, an email, that would be a partial, a name and email, right? Here's the way that I'm gonna break it down. It's more about like the interconnectedness of how the different pieces work with each other. And then and understanding that, the flow of it, is something that you can't YouTube.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like you
Which is
can
what I've been
YouTube
doing so
any how-to on one of the individual marketplaces and level up your own tricks at your own speed as hard as you want to watch videos, which by the way, I recommend you do. And if they're questionable, and I can give you 1 billion of them. And if by the way they're questionable, you can come the fuck back to me and I'll tell you yes, 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 but tweak that, no, no, no.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the algorithm changes, so you have to be cognizant of like before you would sell something at full price, or you would sell something at 50% off, or you'd sell something at 99% off. The BSR, which is called your best seller ranking, which is Amazon's count of how many units you've sold, used to be affect the BSR the same. Now, the higher the price, the fewer the clicks per lead, aka the higher conversion rate, and the more relevance to the keyword that you are using that is being searched for, right? So how relevant is it to the keyword? How many clicks does it take to create a sale?
Yeah.
And how high is the price, and therefore how big is Amazon's 15% as a result of having made that sale?
Yeah.
Are the three biggest factors. Oh, and how many units you sell, period, right? The top line sales are what go into bestseller ranking.
Okay.
That is very different than it was back when it's the same at $1 or $99. I'm gonna spend my $3,000 marketing budget, $3,000 marketing budget on 500 giveaways, and I'll be 9 by the end of it. Of course, then I'll have no product, and the second I stop doing giveaways, it's gonna start dropping, right? So they've eliminated the ability to do that, but now it's open and given way to new hacks and new tricks. Here's a piece of like the digital ecosystem to understand. In an introduction to your unique selling proposition, your value prop, you're like, this is me, this is my product, this is what we do, this is what we sell, this is for how much, this is what you should do with it, this is why it makes your life better, right? At some point there will be a call to action.
Yep.
So I'm borderline autistic, by the way, with my handwriting.
It's okay.
The call to action commitment, as it increases, what is the sign for inverse? That?
I don't know. We'll
Okay.
Google it real quick, right? I know there is one.
Commitment.
I have a question too.
Shoot.
Okay, can you tell me again what the bestseller like ranking, what the 4 things are again, just to make sure
Yes.
I have it correct?
Got it.
Equal sign, right? Equal sign with a scratch there.
That
No.
means does not equal.
Does not
yeah,
equal. It's all good. The 4 things affecting BSR are the relevance to the keyword that you're trying to rank
Oh
for.
yeah, that's what I was, okay. Okay, relevance to keyword, number of sales just generally, just how much product sold.
Number of units sold, period. Like no other thing about it. If you sell 50, you're gonna rank better than someone that sold 49.
Okay,
If that was the only factor, right?
got you. And then how much money Amazon is making,
Good
And then,
notes. Yeah. How much your top line is.
yeah, and then how
Because they make
expensive the
15.
product is.
They make 15%.
So yeah,
So-
obviously, if you're selling more, you're making them more money, they're gonna put your,
Mhm.
cool. Okay, and then how expensive the product is that was that another one? How expensive the product was?
How expensive the product was is tied into,
15% thing.
yeah.
Okay,
So the higher the cost of the product, the more you sell a product for,
okay, yeah,
the more Amazon makes as a result of it.
okay,
The one that I think you missed is conversion rate,
yep,
which is how many clicks on that detail page or product page or lander does it require to make a sale.
okay.
So check it out, ladies and gentle dick. As the call to action commitment increases, or there's friction, friction is very simply anything that does not feel like an organic no-brainer.
Okay, yeah,
You know what I mean? If there's like a thing here that is in the shape of my elbow and it's perfectly placed, that is frictionless.
yeah,
If I'm like really tired and there's a thing here and it's in the shape of a triangle, and I go like that and it fucking hurts my thing, that's friction. You get me?
Yeah.
And that, I want you to think about friction that simply.
Okay.
As you ask more, the more you make it anything but a motherfucking no-brainer.
Mhm.
I did this really retardedly. It looks different in my head.
So like, as an example, like, okay, I want to lose weight. Here's you know, a fat burner from RevLabs. Like, that's like a no-brainer. Like, if I want something, let me get it. That kind of thing. Or like, I need to like take a shit. Like, let me go to the bathroom. Like, I need toilet paper. Like, we're out of toilet paper. Let me get more toilet paper.
That's a fucking frictionless situation.
Okay.
I'm gonna fucking die. Someone tosses you a thing, right?
Yeah. Okay.
But that's not a totally irrelevant
Okay.
analogy, and I will tie into that in a second.
Cool.
So, why would anybody go with something that is higher commitment if the conversion rate drops? Because look, if somebody spends, let's say here, the conversion rate is 100%. 50, 25, 3. Right?
Mhm.
If somebody spends $100
Okay.
and drives 10 clicks and it's selling for $5, how much did they make?
Oh god.
You can eat this shit for breakfast. Come on. You want me to say it again?
Yeah, I
Yes.
missed it.
Somebody, this is stuff like I get used to doing this as it,
Yeah.
like as the numbers go, because you won't need to write it down, okay?
Yeah.
So,
She's just like me.
I know. Somebody spends $100.
Okay. 10 clicks to get.
And they generate 10 clicks.
Okay. So divided by 10? I don't know. Is that the math on
And the item, no. Listen, so they spend $100.
that? Okay.
That $100 buys them 10 clicks into the funnel.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying or no? I promote an ad of Emily going, do you ever need to take a poop and don't have toilet paper? Make it eco-friendly toilet paper. Just kidding, click my ad for
okay.
phone cases. You know what I mean?
Or
Okay.
Emma's.
And you pay $100
For that ad?
to send that ad out into the world
Okay.
to 10 billion people. And that
Meet
$100
M.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh hey, it's Em. I met her through RevLabs. Didn't really go anywhere.
You guys sick of
Um,
being constipated on business trips?
Yeah, we could make those funny.
Watch your arm, this is hot.
Yeah, I'm aiming for the triangle thing.
Chambers Media.
Well done.
Hello for Kim.
Have they watched it?
No,
Yeah,
let's
I
toss
watched-
one. Oh,
I
you
watched
did?
some of them, yeah.
The girls, and they're like,
So is the math on that 100 divided by 10?
I
no,
watched,
stop.
Fitness
Hang on. So they
Class
spend
one.
$100. It gets 10 clicks
Okay.
in funnel 1,
Which one?
Air conditioning,
and the item is selling for $50.
paperweight,
Okay, so
deodorant.
That deodorant one's kinda stupid.
Don't feel dumb. I'm making you wrestle through
So
it
it's
on
like
purpose.
Some of them were like 20 minutes
500
long.
What am I
$500
asking right now?
Treadmill one?
Remember the question?
And have you looked at
no?
Okay.
Okay, what was
The
it?
question was how much money did they make?
Oh yeah, yeah.
that
The-
one?
The supplement one?
Yeah,
Yeah, I watched that.
It's like,
pretty freaking.
Here, you want me to
is
just
it
walk?
500 divided? I don't know.
Here, I'll just walk you through it. It's $100 that they spent to get 10 clicks.
Okay. Did all the 10 people buy the shit?
Well, you tell me what
you pay
funnel.
you pay every time someone clicks, not every time someone buys.
Yeah,
Unless
but-
you do CT.
A CPA
CPA,
cost per
yeah,
no, hang on.
CPA.
CPA is a cost per acquisition. Hey, what is the conversion rate of funnel 1 up there?
100%.
100%.
So they all bought it.
Yes.
Okay. So. Oh, okay. So it's
Yeah.
all times. So
Yeah.
it's So, okay, I need a calculator though.
No, stop.
What do you need?
Listen,
So it's 100 times,
it's not 100 times anything.
fuck.
Listen, there's 10 clicks.
I'm like retarded when it comes to math.
I understand. I'm not saying it because I'm angry. I'm just getting you to
Yeah.
focus and to get so you don't get turned inward on yourself of like I feel goofy.
Okay.
Okay, $100 is how much it costs. That's on one side
So
of the
minus
equation.
100.
Sure, you can, but just look. That's on
From-
one side of the
okay.
equation. I just want you to think through the
Okay,
the generation side of it.
got it.
That pays for 10 clicks.
Okay.
A click to a sale is 100% conversion. How many sales did you get?
You got 10 sales.
Yes, good job. How much is each sale worth?
$50.
Cool. How much money did you generate?
Isn't it 500 minus the 100 you spent on that?
Uh-huh.
So it's 400.
Yep. Good job. You know what that is? It's a 4-to-1 ROI.
Okay, cool.
That's a great ad campaign.
That's a great campaign.
Yeah.
Those numbers are not unrealistic when you have a retarded low friction funnel.
Yeah. That's like
Why? Because you are targeting,
$100 for 10 clicks. I'd be fucking pissed.
right?
Not a big campaign.
Right? But,
That's true.
Not if you're a law firm.
touche. That's not if you're selling timeshares.
Yeah, it's depending
Like to
what.
go-
Yeah.
No, but you want to know what you're selling? A free product giveaway on Amazon.
Keyword free.
Uh-huh.
That's why it's 100%.
But they have to pay for shipping.
Yeah.
Covering the cost of product, so there's no negative ad spend. It covers the cost of shipping and ad spend. And,
So you really
Get-
said to.
you know, and there's a huge difference. When you acquire a customer, you will always pay more of a front-end CPA than you generate on the front end because you have something called CLV.
What's that?
Customer lifetime value.
Boom. Well done.
Oh. Yeah.
That's what he went to college and got his degree in. What marketing?
Well, I
right?
knew all that stuff before I went to college, but it just was a reminder that, or about those terms that I had memorized.
But me, I know nothing about anything about that.
Stop the fucking self-deprecating
No,
bullshit.
no, I'm
I'll
just
tell you what you
saying,
know and what you don't know. How about
Psychology
that?
degree doesn't teach you anything about like
I
it
got
just.
news
I
for
wish
you.
I would have known.
No, you know what? Business doesn't fucking prep you at all for
Yeah,
business,
that's
I
true.
assure you. I studied business. I'm a fucking mogul right now for 32 years old. I was blind, deaf, and motherfucking dumb as shit, cross-eyed and retarded.
Yeah.
Coming out with a fucking business management degree from a solid business school. It
Yeah.
does not teach you to fight wars. And
Yeah.
that's what business is.
teaches you to be an employee as a
Yeah. Oh yeah, it makes you competent.
For sure.
Yeah, it makes you be able to fucking.
Yeah.
Work an assembly line.
I was so bad at school and so explosive coming out the outside of school. It was like, cut that fucking self-limiting bullshit. Light up.
No. Yeah. For
Light
sure.
up.
No, I'm just saying. That's why I'm like, damn, he knows that. Like, you must know that term from college.
Or tinkering, or reading,
YouTube.
or doing
I was
fucking one of
true.
them.
I was gonna say watching lots of YouTube.
Hey,
Yeah.
check me out.
Okay.
Let's do the same thing. You pay $100. That goes on one side of the equation.
$200.
Talk me through it.
Because they get half. It's right. They got okay.
You don't have to panic.
So it's $100.
Hey, enjoy the fact that that everything you're doing that you're like right now, you will
Yeah.
be able to fucking shit out, like
No pun.
no, I don't know that there's a pun there.
We're talking about shitting.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm the one being slow.
You're
Check
still
out
paying-
all of this stuff. You're gonna fucking chew up and spit out for breakfast. Like, dude, you like enjoy not knowing what the fuck,
Okay.
because there's gonna be a lot more not knowing what the fuck.
Yeah.
So
I envy.
embrace it now.
Okay.
Okay? You spend $100. You're in funnel 2. This is just the funnel and the conversion rate, okay?
Mhm.
This is the commitment level. Now instead of giving away a free bottle, you are asking them
Email.
for an email, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Do you want free content about blah blah blah?
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So your funnel 2 gets,
50.
we'll say that it's as appealing, which it will never be.
Yeah.
Spend $100, you get 10 clicks. You will never get 10 clicks. Or you will never get the same amount as a low friction, like here's a free thing, full blown to you
Yeah.
funnel. Why? Because the friction is higher or lower than it is here. There's more friction because like, do I really want to give them my email
Yeah.
as opposed to me talking to a guy in Messenger and just getting a code for a free product? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The friction goes up, so the conversion rate goes down. Just do the same numbers, pretend the same amount of people click it, right?
Yeah.
You make how much?
200.
Right.
Yeah.
And
100.
whatever the fuck 3 is, it doesn't matter. It's something diminished. But you know, when you start smashing for like here, buy 15 bottles, it will turn into something like that. Which you just keep fucking throwing shit at them until they say no, right? Because you find out where like the threshold is. But the difference in this is it's not just the conversion rate that drops, is if your offer is very front end, your click-through rate will be infinitely higher the lower the friction, meaning as your CTR, if you don't know what that means, write it down.
Okay.
As your CTR increases, click-through rate, the more compelling your ad is, the fewer impressions Facebook or anyone else needs to deliver to you, needs to deliver to the world for you,
Okay.
for the same amount of money. So the more compelling you are, the hotter of a girl at the bar you are, the more people touch you or want to touch you out of your audience, the cheaper it is for Facebook to get the same payment from you. So they drop their cost and deliverability to you, and the like kicker to all of it is it makes the experience more relevant for the user because they're seeing stuff that they're compelled to see.
Cool.
Okay? The difference is people will not click on an ad that says buy 48 bottles for only $6,000. That will have a 0 click-through rate or just a laughable, what the fuck is that? I want to make them pay $520 for this click. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, let's talk about some ways to keep the commitment level down around a 1 and the conversion wow up.
Okay.
And, mind you, we don't want to sell them anything. Why? Because nobody knows who the fuck you are. And that's totally motherfucking okay. We're gonna say, meet M. She shits, she needs toilet paper, and she has a very enthusiastic introducer person. That's as far as she gets. Hey, this is M. I understood that part.
Me,
Meet M. Okay, cool. We'll introduce people to M. We got it. We want to entice people to interface. Everybody and their mother in the land of baby Ryan Hintze that was slamming 3,000, 5,000, 7,000 step 1s a day per fucking free trial continuity funnel told me I was a fucking moron because they were changing their brand every 6 weeks. Right? And I was like, I would rather make the funnel less aggressive, turn down the claims so that they might be puffery or gray or exaggerating, which you're allowed to do to a certain extent in advertising. Plateau shattering pumps. It's like, do you have studies showing that the plateaus were shattered or were they just broken?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's fine, that's puffery. When they're like 6 inches on your cock in 4 minutes from this Garcinia Cambogia. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just fucking random
Yeah.
and means nothing and is false advertising, right? But sometimes that converts a whole hell of a lot harder. I was like, I'm not going to be 100% CPA based. I'm not going to be 100% conversion rate based. Why? Because what I'm paying is a cost per acquisition. You are acquiring a human being to step into your sphere of influence.
Got
To which you say, welcome, motherfucker. Now it's time to experience. Meet M. I say it differently, but that is what you say. Hey, this is what I'm about. And your brand is just an extension of you. And be like, look, I don't know shit. This is what I would do for a front end campaign if we were to launch today. I would take a phone and I would go like this. Hey, I'm M. I'm Emily Gaitan. Fuck, I'm bad at this. I've never done a what are these? Is this an infomercial, a front end ad? I literally know nothing about pay-per-click. I will be watching a YouTube video of how to set this up. Anyway, I just launched a brand. And I don't know a lot of things like how to market it. I don't know where I'm living right now.
I'm homeless.
I literally don't know I'm gonna stop doing this, but I'm still talking to the phone. And I'd be walking so you can see shit. I don't know the direction of my life. I don't know anything about quantum physics. I don't know anything about Deflategate, but I saw it on TV. There are a few things that I know. What's up, Josh? I know when something feels right. I know the difference between right and wrong. I know when there's that nice little fit between the two. And the thing that is right is also the thing that feels good. I want a reliable cell phone case. I give a shit about the planet. I'm not talking about being like, you know, a pot smoking hippie under a rock somewhere not showering. I still want to function in society. But if I could create a little bit less damage in an affordable and positively impactful way, I might just get up the stones to make a Facebook ad about it. Click below, see if you feel the same way. That would be motherfucking fire. And you know what the caption would say? Support my dream, no cost to you. Free cell phone case.
Yeah.
And
That's
it would
awesome.
go to a messenger ad that is connected to a bot where they enter to win a free cell phone case.
Yeah.
And anybody you say, which case would you like to enter to win? Why? Because it segments your motherfucking audience. And now you know these people like the blue one. These people like the whatever one, and you have a landing page designed for that thing.
That's cool.
And it's like Team Blue. Would you ever have it in the website where you can like click to that page? No. You would only send that to a list of 10,000 fucking people that only wanted the blue one.
Oh. It's like the Matrix.
Learned it. Alright, so that would be a very low friction thing.
Gotcha.
And where you're eliminating more friction is you're like, I'm fucking nervous and I don't know everything, but I do know some things. I know we shouldn't be fucking up the planet. And I know that I wouldn't be able to film this ad if I didn't have a cell phone case that protected my ass every time I dropped my phone. If you want to protect your phone, hopefully not make an ad as bad as this one, while protecting the planet, please support my dream for free. Click below. I love you guys.
Yeah, they're already
How's that co-branding with like you and your brand as the spokesperson while you're learning to market?
Yeah.
Like fucking leveling up everything, right? And then what does it do? It goes into the fucking chat bot that starts segmenting your audience. And you know what your chat bot can do? It can create similar audiences and say, okay, I have 7 people. What things do these 7 people share? Okay, I have 7,000 people. What things do these 7,000 people share? Okay, I have 500,000 people. I have 500,000 people interested in blue.
That's good.
What's that?
I said that's crazy.
Yeah, and that's one color in one puny little motherfucking brand. I have over 800. With an infrastructure, that doesn't require me to do the thinking. So you take this concept, and once you figure it the fuck out, you just plug it into the next piece of the thing. Oh, the click-through rate's good? Cool. Let's go figure out how to do a chatbot. Oh, they build templates for that? Cool. Where do I want to sell mostly? Shopify or Amazon? Who do I know who's sold on both? Maybe I go look at a blog. Maybe Josh tells me. Maybe he tells me to go fuck myself and makes me look it up for himself. No, he'll probably tell me because he can't shut up. Shopify, you own the customer. Amazon, you will sell more. Amazon is a way higher volume, way shorter term play. It also gives you more ethos quickly. It gives you that more
I feel
emotion.
like people trust Amazon.
That's what I'm saying. Is it gives you that emotional credibility and sense of community around your product because it's on a site. It can get some reviews. There are tricks for that too, believe it or not. Right? Shopify, you own the customer. You can email them. The reality is you don't really give a fuck about their email if you have them in your chat box. It's fucking 80% open rates and 90% click-throughs once they do open it. Email is not 1/1000th of that. And emails you got to do. You have to like set up the flows and the sequences and the data feeds, and with bots you don't have to because it will just intuitively learn how you talk to people. Because when you're typing, it's paying attention to the word sequencing and the language patterning and all that shit.
That shit's insane.
So it's like every time you have to
So-
manually write an email, if it was the
It's like
equivalent
learning.
thing, it would be learning how you respond to life.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that would be so rad. Like AI for email? No, I'm serious.
Bots get people laid. Bitches love bots.
If
I want to make a
bot
shirt that
could
says bitches love bots. I have a fucking gnarly
Makes sense.
bitches love bots. Tell me it's not fucking sexy what bots can do.
Oh.
Does make sense. You're just overtired and you know you like it.
I don't know if I got it, really.
But now do you get it?
A little
Do you need
bit.
a bot to explain it to you? You're a bitch. You should love it.
I don't like that.
Bitches love bots. The babies love bots.
Baby.
I just want to get like t-shirts like that like are like little baby shirts that just say bot.
That's kind of cute. That's funny. It like doesn't make any sense to the girl wearing it, but for sure all the internet nerds that like build out chat fuel and many chat bots are gonna be like, I do bots.
Right?
Yep.
You and I will be the only like jacked. Yes, I called myself jacked. Future tensing here by November. Geeks at fucking ad tech. Everybody else are guys that we can like. Nerd.
SWAT.
Hey bro, let's pin the nerds up against the locker and make them show us their dicks. That'd be so gay of them.
CTR shirt from
We should make some crazy
Nice
weird
CTR.
shit.
I have a shirt that says nice.
Even CTR, bro.
It says nice. It says nice CTR, bro.
You wore it there?
Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I make a lot of funny shirts. I made that stud muffin shirt and then lost it like 2. Oh no, I didn't. I gifted it to Russell because I forgot his birthday one year.
Who has the sweatshirt that says, what was it? Super Smack? Something Gains.
Oh,
Gains are us.
Gains are us.
That's
Yeah.
Carlos, which is fucking hilarious.
Bought me pants.
He's the sweetest guy ever.
Why did you do that?
Because he's a sweetheart and he wants to be close to us and he's invited us to dinner and his kid's birthday and you and I are just fucking self-absorbed pricks. Amy told me I shouldn't be like that today.
And you should play your
Really?
part.
Did she really say that?
Not even close to that, but she is saying
Like
like,
that crosses the line.
no, she was very,
What a rude guest.
okay, so here's the next thing.
Okay.
Are you enjoying yourself still or are you burning out?
No, I'm enjoying myself. I am kind of hungry though. I'm not
Let's
gonna
go get
lie.
food.
Okay, but I'm obsessed with this.
Good.
And I forgot to tell you my what is it called?
Have. What?
My pitch.
Yes, fuck! Can we
Okay.
turn on the DSLR? I'm serious.
The influencer pitch.
Yeah, this is
I feel
this is
like
just,
I thought the unique
So-
selling proposition. This is cool too though.
I
no.
feel very like left out and confused of what's going on right now.
I felt a little incomplete from being very out of my realm from the Amy discussion, and I have these two beautiful humans that I'm not sure how much longer they're going to be in our life presently, so I'm taking the time to just say what's up.
Are you guys leaving like soon or what's going
Tomorrow.
on? No, you're
No,
not.
shaking.
Oh, like what the
You're right.
fuck?
No, it's fucking awesome. I'm like, babe, I'm taking them to the airport.
That would actually make me really emo because I feel like the same way as you.
What? Oh yeah,
That
yeah.
I didn't get to spend enough time. And
No, what am I doing right now?
Going over a
I'm
work.
just creating value.
100%.
I'm figuring out what the fuck you want and helping you get it. I notice I'm not guiding what you want at all, because that's not like what I'm about. There are a lot of people that are about that.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, that is right. But like, dude, I say in the intro to the podcast, like, I'm not here to tell people what to want. I'm here to help people who know get it
Yeah.
to the best of my ability. If I have a capacity to do it. Read me your ambassador pitch, Holmes.
Okay.
What do you mean ambassador pitch? Is this
Okay.
You'll
And this
see.
is just
It's for her
your,
brand. It's
yeah.
for her
Oh,
brand.
okay. I'm like, is she doing like outreach for that? Or what's that?
This is just like through Collaborate.
Hey,
And it
Hey,
says.
internalize it before you say it to me.
What?
And like, get this, connect with it,
Okay.
get the sentiment, and then deliver it to me. Don't read words, because I can read words, and I'm not having you text it to me.
Well, this is kind of like just basic shit. This is just like me, like saying, okay, this is the payment you're gonna get. This is, like, I don't know. Let me just fucking read this shit.
Let's read this
Okay.
shit. Let's do it.
Hey there, please review our collab details and let us know if you're interested. We're pretty laid back, so if you want to change something, let us know that as well. Thank you. Okay, so then it says payment type. So what I was doing was 10%, they would make 10% of the sale. So it'd be $4 per case. Plus, after they sold their first case, they would get a case for free. Which is, instead of me just, oh, here's a fucking free phone case, which I just paid $22 for.
You're never gonna pay I'm not gonna let you pay $22 for a phone case.
I know,
Get that out
but
of your
that's
head.
the
We'll get 'em.
shit that I was doing,
That's
which was like,
Were you giving them out?
no.
So.
That's why I was like,
Oh, 'cause
okay,
you were paying
once you,
$22? Or
one,
what were you doing?
that's the reason I
She
wasn't,
would have had to
if
pay
I,
22
if,
bucks.
yeah, if I was just giving them
You were
out,
hypothetically almost doing.
Oh, you
Yeah.
were paying $22 for it and you're charging $40, but you were giving them out.
Yeah.
like if I was, they had like whatever, 100,000 followers, or
You
like,
could give them a case for
yeah,
sure. Yeah, I
which
get
would
you.
cost me $22 fucking.
It's very MVMT of you.
So I'm like, okay, how can I get like people to do that without me just giving spending $22 for this?
What's so special about your phone?
Stop, we're not talking about a unique
Oh.
selling proposition yet.
So then, okay, so I was
Ironically,
like,
the phone is not what she's passionate about. It's just the vehicle that's getting her to be able to do what she wants to learn how to do, which is how the fuck to market powerfully.
Oh, cool.
We got to the bottom
Respect,
of that.
bro.
That's cool.
I'm really out of the loop. I don't
No,
like
it's
it.
no, it's always catching you up. It came into focus for us a little bit.
so then, okay, that's the payment type. Required work. If posting on IG stories, provide a swipe up shop now link to our website and tag us in the post. Anywhere else, just tag at SustainACase. Also, we will provide you pictures of your choice to post, or you can create your own, and you can create your own caption. The due date was like before June 30th. Required info that I needed from them, email address and PayPal email. Just sent the link back URL, which was that. Posting dues, provide a shop now link to our website shop, tag as SustainACase in posts. Key points that were eco-friendly brand, helping reduce plastic waste, handmade, organic materials, scented, green living, sustainable. Something to note, if you're selling a lot of cases, we would love to pay you more. We appreciate hard work. And that was just the whole thing.
Got it.
So, but people are so fucking stupid. They're like how basic was that? I literally wrote every single point for you, and you still have dumbass questions.
They don't know.
I would actually have a lot of questions.
Really?
Yeah.
Like,
I want to help you, that's what I'm telling you.
they're like,
I would be really confused after I got the first free phone, like what happens next, I'd ask you.
so you would,
So I sell a free phone, or I sell a phone and then I get a cell phone.
okay, so you would not get a free phone case. It would be so I would send you pictures of
Yeah,
our
I
phone
heard
case.
that, I really liked that.
so they can either like put in their story or whatever,
Uh-huh.
and after the first sale, so someone buys a phone case, then I'll send you the free.
I get.
Okay,
yeah.
stop.
Yeah.
Both of you stop.
Why?
Okay.
Because you're talking systems right now
Well, I
Okay.
just understand
over a
that.
unique selling proposition that we haven't decided is strong enough yet, and you want to talk about marketing, not the fundamentals of the transactional behavior between you and an ambassador, which, by the way, for the record, is not where the fuck I would start
Oh.
if I was establishing an infrastructure. You want to know why? And I'm going to be the first fucking guy to say this. Swear to God to you. Instagram influencer marketing is the way of 18 months ago.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, true.
The wave has crashed and we are whitewashing. Does it mean it won't move your board a little bit? It will.
Yeah.
But I don't want to hear for one motherfucking second the systemization of a fleeting thing that by the time you get competent will have deflated.
Yay, I like that about you.
Thanks.
Sincerely.
Yeah.
I know. I'm being sincere when I say things. Not fucking.
I'm
You should
totally-
not say that.
I
Fuck your collabs.
I am totally joking.
Check it out. You want to know what Instagram is good for?
What?
Authentic connections. A
Is it?
medium and a medium and a vehicle that gives you access to anybody that you perceive could have the potential to be in support of the vision and the mission and the message of carrying your brand to other like-minded people.
That's
Yeah.
Brian.
This is kind of like old because it's kind of irrelevant now since that's not the phone case I'm selling. I'm not doing it for $22. I'm not like.
You know what though? Steph Jr.
Oh my god.
So like for me, I would just, since it's $1.20, I would just give out the free phone case. You make your content, you make everything.
Yeah.
Like,
You know what I would do if I were you?
or I would pay them money.
By the way, that was very well written.
Yeah, I thought so
Okay,
too. I
thank
just had that one.
It was very well written,
Yeah.
and it is enough to get the conversation going.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter how thoroughly or explicitly you articulate every single aspect of anything,
Mhm.
they will still have stupid questions
Or just.
because
And
they won't
the
read.
only
'Cause
reason I was saying that and the specific thought that was going on in my mind when I said that was, so I don't get a free phone case? When I literally wrote out exactly, like, no, you don't.
here's what I would do. I would make it your life's mission to get your COGS below $5.
Okay, what's a cog?
Cost of goods sold.
Okay.
I would encourage you to get it below like 275.
There's enough margin at 5, we can improve from there.
Really?
Yes.
With shipping and everything?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so get my cog below 5.
Yeah.
Hogs, babe.
Cogs.
Then you're gonna spend another $4 on distinguishing the living shit out of yourself with retarded, over the top, premium, underline the third premium packaging.
Yes, love that.
Okay.
Alright?
These guys did a good job. Good job with it.
Did an excellent job.
Everyone copied this, like whatever manufacturer or whatever packaging company that is.
You know who else does a great job? Jewel. You know who else does a great job? Apple. You know who else does a great job? The very first fucking product I ever made, is that right there, Muscle Rev Extreme.
Yep.
It's a box looking like medical as fuck in a world when Muscle Farm and Beast and EVL with this like slanted, splashed, like loud was very in. In a clean box that I used to pay people to put in the pharmaceutical section instead of the supplement section.
And that's when they were all doing like the wraps around all their shit.
And inside that box is a pamphlet about our products,
Like,
samples of every single other SKU that we have, a bunch of different ways to connect with us, a thank you letter from me to the client
Yeah.
with a photocopy of my whatever, and a bottle that's like 1/3 the size of the box, and a wristband that cost me like 11 cents.
Jesus Christ.
You know how many wristbands I went through in 2013?
How many?
1.6 million wristbands.
Holy shit.
Every single fucking order of any product that went out, I sent out a RevLabs
I actually
wristband.
got two.
And when I started selling other people's products on marketplace selling, because I didn't want to make mistakes with my own products, and they didn't really give a shit about their brand because they were rebranding every 6 weeks. Every single product I sold, I included a RevLabs wristband.
And we ship that in a RevLabs box.
So here's what I would do, and take the pen back out.
Okay.
You make the perceived value a $99 package.
Okay.
It's inside it is going to be a little foldable pamphlet with a thank you letter from you, signed with your thing,
Oh, I still want to do this.
a message, which I really keep going back to, something, and this is an unrefined way of saying it, I don't know everything.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot I don't know, but there's a few things I do know.
Okay.
Insert the name or the sentiment of the company here. I give a fuck about the planet. I need a phone case that protects my shit.
I'm green in this world, get it?
I'm green in business, I'm green in life. You know what green means? When you're
No.
green means you're new to something. I'm green in business. Like,
Really?
if you're green on
Yeah.
the floor, it means
Bro,
like
you
li-
green AF.
you're green
I
AF.
told you
Yeah.
that last night.
Green. I'm
That's
green.
cool.
I'm green in business. I'm green in life.
Did you know that?
No.
They call pledges green peas.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yep. Then
Okay.
you're gonna charge them $44.97 for the phone case.
Well, look at 97.
Okay.
And you're gonna pick a 501c3.
Fuck yes, love this.
What's that?
Charity.
Certified public charity,
Okay.
federal approved. They don't have to pay tax.
Okay.
And you are gonna donate $1 from every consumer to that charity in exchange for them including your cell phone case in their newsletter. Additionally, you're gonna reach out to the 10 biggest green charities and request that in their funnel or after every order or at every event or after every sign up, they collect emails.
Okay.
The emails will be given to you. So you own the data. The person wins $5,000 in donations to a charity of their choice in their honor, in their name.
Good night.
It's all good. Flip the fucking page.
Don't want to waste these papers.
Cool. Very green of you, both in business, note taking, and in life.
3 and 1.
Well played.
Okay.
And a $5,000 thank you donation will go to the 501c3 hosting it. You are in a race right now. You are playing a game, and the object of the game is 1 billion eyeballs seeing your brand.
Mhm.
The investment so far has been $10,004.
Okay.
$10,009 including packaging.
Okay.
Do you have any fucking idea how many individuals the biggest 501c3s in the world have access to?
No.
It's
Do you?
more than $10,000 would ever get you on Facebook or Instagram in PPC, which is infinitely more than paying influencers to post would ever get you. And you know what it saves you? Your time
Mhm.
of talking to influencers and haggling for something that is, mark my words, going to have a negative ROI anyway.
Yeah.
This is what's called top-down marketing.
Okay.
You go to the biggest and the best, you communicate your brand image, you present something that is incredibly appealing aesthetically and in line with what they're trying to create,
Mhm.
and then you say the people doing this lose nothing
Yeah.
and get a chance to win $5,000 to charity. And you, as a thank you because I love your cause and hope to be like you one day, I'm gonna give you $5,000 I don't have as an investment in you guys, a thank you, an expression of my appreciation, and a bet on myself that I will be able to have sold at least that much, and I have a couple of backers that aren't gonna let me fail. Do we have a deal? And you make that same deal 50 fucking times. Without any of the hacks that I can show you, you will be the #1 best-selling, green-friendly, biodegradable, sustainable cell phone case in the world. Why? Because they're trying to do what you were just trying to do, which is disrupt from the bottom up. And there is nobody, no matter how green, they could be a fucking Martian,
Sure.
that is going to knock people over or disrupt anything in their life for a cell phone case. You dig?
I dig.
So, you're gonna take that email list, okay?
Okay.
You're gonna hop into Facebook. Before you send one email, before you pay 1 cent for impressions, you are going to go categorize that list as charitable enrollments, cell phone giveaway. And then you're going to create a like audience, which will take the similar traits and extrapolate that so you can expand it like a motherfucker to way more people that are like those people but are not those people.
Okay.
Okay? Then you're gonna take $10
Okay.
and you're gonna run a messenger ad campaign. Like the one I told you. Completely authentic.
Yep.
You're also gonna change your fucking name from I am Emily Alexis to Emily Gaitan,
Okay.
because that's who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
And it's
Why
time.
did we change it in the first place?
Because Emily Gaitan isn't available.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
No, it's available. It wasn't available on as a website, which is fine.
It is fine.
Yeah. Unnecessary.
Not a terrible thought though. It's a good it's good logic.
That's her middle name.
Yeah, I figured. Just like it's her porn name. I figured it was a middle name. I guess a lot of people do Marie, and that's not their real middle name. I don't know what that trend is like. Have you seen that? Like a shit ton of girls have their first name and then Marie, whatever.
It's not their real name.
That's weird.
Yeah. Then you're gonna create a like audience. Then you're gonna take $10, and you're gonna run the ad that I said
Mhm.
that communicates exactly who the fuck you are.
It's funny because I feel like we've had like so many of the same thoughts. Like my like branding thing was gonna be just like a girl with a dream, like to like that's kind of like the whole branding, like. And then I've reached out to a couple charities already, but they haven't gotten back to me.
How many's a couple?
Like 2 or 3.
I want you to reach out to 1,000.
Okay.
I'm not fucking kidding you.
No, I know.
I still sit here and fucking grind my face off. I was doing it from 5 to 8 this morning.
Yeah, I probably send like over 500 emails a day.
Yeah.
Like this, you want to fucking like fuck working your way up the corporate ladder, work your way up corporate society.
Yeah.
You can reach out to the biggest and best with no meeting,
Yeah.
and it takes a fucking DM.
Yeah. I was just seeing if anybody would even like respond, like.
You tried 3
Yeah.
times. I don't want to hear it.
No,
you
no,
had the
yeah.
right thought. For
Yeah.
sure you did.
You
Yeah.
reached out to like 300.
And I was thinking like all my different colors like could be a different charity,
I love it. I love it.
like blue, something of
It's a
the
good
ocean.
it's a good micro concept. I want to keep you a little bit in the macro because I'm
Okay.
literally giving
Yeah.
you the play by play. That if
Mhm.
you implement exactly what the fuck I'm telling you at 75%, you'll have a $500,000 business in your first year.
Jesus.
If you don't fumble,
Yeah.
and you can do it with under $100,000. Like rolling the money,
Yeah.
meaning like you invest 10, you get 12, you invest 12. You have to find a way to live. It
Yeah.
won't be on this, but if you want to make this a $10,000 business, you can do it in week 3. You dig?
I did.
So you're gonna talk from your fucking heart
Yeah.
without bells and whistles, with no fucking editing, because I don't really think that that is where you're at right now.
Yeah.
And people are going to fucking eat it up hand over fist. And I will, because I can't tell you like verbally right now, it's not as simplistic. I'll help you set up pre-roll ads.
Okay.
But I want you, without my guidance, besides for just the architecting that I just did,
Yeah.
and I can
Which
help,
is a lot.
and I can help you a little bit with the copywriting if you need help with the words of what
Yeah.
you're saying. But it needs to come from your writer's voice, not mine. Because you
Yeah.
get to practice stepping into that power a little bit.
Yeah.
You
I
dig?
know. Yeah.
I'll help you run pre-roll on YouTube.
Okay.
But more importantly, where this is gonna go is not gonna be to your website.
Yeah. Amazon.
It's gonna go to Amazon
Yeah.
for
Reviews.
for a free product.
Okay.
So after $10,000,
Mhm.
all you're gonna do is give away as many products as you can.
Okay. And what they're paying for shipping and packaging? Or what?
You'll give it to them for 90% off.
Okay.
It'll cover the cost of the product and shipping.
Okay.
Okay? Or get very close.
Gotcha.
You will be able to do that for under $200 and sell through your first 1,000.
Okay.
Like I know my motherfucking name. And then what you're gonna do is set up an autoresponder through the bot.
Okay.
An autoresponder sequence through ManyChat.
Okay.
That says, "Hi, did your code work? Happy customers and a happy planet are my first, second, and only priorities. The psychotic amount of positive inflow and impact that you will make from giving away a free product and then giving a fuck enough to follow up with them, that is
Yeah.
done in an automated fashion You know how much, by the way, ManyChat is? $39 a month. And it takes away your necessity to grind this out one by one.
Yeah, cause that would be.
You'll send everything to FBA, you'll let them do all the customer service. If they tell you that they like the if they say, yes, the code worked,
Mhm.
after you say a happy customer
Mhm.
is right up there with, is second only to a happy planet, and and those are my only two priorities, they will tell you that they like your product. Once they tell you that they like your product, how did you like the product? Good, bad, I hate green, happiness. Literally, they will click, I like the product. Like the product, don't like the product,
I hate the planet.
I hate the planet. One of these faces. Once they click that they like your product, it no longer breaks Amazon's terms and conditions to ask them to review it for you.
Okay.
So you will then set up a review request autoresponder that it's an if-then parameter. When they click I liked the product, it will automatically send them a review request from the product they purchased.
Okay.
Once they leave a review, you're gonna say, thank you so much for reporting or for supporting the movement and e.g. Extreme Gangsterness and Emily Gaitan.
Here's the 10, here's
As
the code.
as yet another thank you. I would like to offer you a code. For another 80% off. For a friend of yours that you feel would enjoy a high quality, low cost, eco-friendly product created to save the planet one dropped cell phone at a time. And then you give them a share link.
Okay.
That is an opt-in for their friends that is emailable with one button. Now, do you know what you do in all of that? Like the true brilliance besides for the interconnectivity and like decent copywriting there? You spend time setting up the system once.
Yeah.
And then the only thing you change is your $10 a day spend, depending on how clockwork, what I just explained to you, will work. Which, by the way, will be like motherfucking clockwork.
Yeah.
I promise you. Because selling an eco-friendly cell phone case is fucking cake compared to selling supplements in a saturated market like we're in right now. You know what I mean?
100%.
Now that you've done that, You now have a base. You're gonna forget about the fucking connect you to influencers thing
Okay.
through a third-party app. And here's the format of reaching out to ambassadors. Flip the page. Hi, name of athlete. You will not put a stock message to people. Aside from being algorithmically terrible for your account, it's human being terrible for rapport.
Hi, girl.
Exactly right.
Hey, girl.
Hey, Jack.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Hey,
never,
doll.
I never fucking look at those.
I say hi, doll.
Okay, sorry. That's how you speak.
Yeah.
90% of these will be ignored, but I'm gonna up the odds from 99 to 90. And as you get better at it and find your writer's voice, because I will not do it as well as you will do it. It will become very powerful, and you'll be able to snipe these out of the sky like fucking duck hunting. You know what I mean? You're gonna
That's not very like in line with.
yeah, we killed ducks here at fucking Economic Cell
She's
Phone
like, it's all
Case
about
Co.
the earth.
So this is ambassadors, not. I don't know how to say this. Like, I have people in my mind that I already want to reach out to just to give them a free case or like give them a free case and give them money to like promote it, just because I know that their like image or whatever personal brand is aligning with my brand that I want.
You're gonna do them one better.
They'll want to come to eat, baby.
Yeah. You're gonna say hi, name, acknowledgement of something that is occurring in their life. Yep. They will give you in their captions, if they are good and if they are worth having as an ambassador, the things that are important to them.
Or a link to their like blogs and stuff. I'm calling this account.
Hi, so-and-so.
Hi, Jake.
Hi, Jake. Congratulations on the engagement. I'm dead serious.
All right.
They're gonna be like,
Congratulations.
That would be
I'm
really
dead
weird coming from me,
serious.
I think.
Do you wanna know why? If you want the ease and the lack of friction and the malleability generated from rapport, it happens with three things.
Authenticity, uniqueness.
Affinity, willingness to share space with a person. Reality, we see the world through the same model, the same lens. We agree on something, anything. And communication.
The public, how do you know?
You saying, congratulations on your engagement, does all three of those in one foul swoop. Why? It creates a willingness for somebody to share space with you when you very gently approach their space.
You don't mean engagement like.
I meant like a proposal engagement.
Yeah. Okay.
Did you take it that way? Okay.
Like they just got married, like.
Yes. Yeah. Congratulations on your show. Holy shit, Troy has gotten so big.
Not like, congratulations on
How
well
well
you're
you're
doing.
doing. No.
Yeah.
No, because that's what everybody else is doing, because they're worried about quantity, not quality.
Yeah.
And you're going to be worried about both. Why? Because the rest of your business as of now is running itself.
Wow.
And now it's up to you to fucking go make an impact. And you will be floored by the reciprocity that occurs by getting on people's level and into their reality, reaching with communication and generating affinity. When there is rapport, they will gush.
They will offer to help you with your website.
They will throw their fucking skills in your general direction. And that piece is the magic that I can't estimate, because it's generated by you.
Yeah.
And your light
Your
that is,
people.
I have a habit, your light gets turned up by the time you leave here. That's a fucking have.
Yay.
A what by when. Know what I mean?
Too bad they're leaving today.
They're late for the airport. Their lift is on the
We
way.
left this morning.
That's awesome.
Oh, can I get your room back?
Whoa. Looks
Slow it
dangerous.
down.
Yeah. I'm like, smile for me. Look over my shoulder. He's like, I'm making this totally unnatural thing seem natural. Kevin, stop scowling. No, give me a flex and give him bunny ears. Kevin, I need you to smile. Just smile. I don't smile. You don't.
The other day he was so worried about putting sunglasses on. He's like, I don't look good in sunglasses. He's like he was very like,
Yeah, I'm like, then what happened? I'm like, dude, that is, ask Liz. I'm very, very good at finding the winner shot.
Yeah, I'm horrible at modeling. And you really
There's
should.
nothing on the planet that drives me crazy than somebody that is asking me for content
Oh my gosh,
and not
every day.
not cooperating with
Wanna shoot,
with
bro?
my ability to create it. You know, I don't want to deteriorate the elevation of what's occurring right now because we're almost done.
sorry.
And I understand, and I
Sorry,
remember that
I'm
you're hungry, by the way.
Oh, yeah,
That
no.
hasn't faded by the wayside.
I'm hungry too.
Hi, Jake. Congratulations on the promotion. Seems like you've been hustling. I'm trying to do a lot of the same.
So great.
Pulling the realities together. Affinity to reality communication creates rapport. Rapport creates malleability and your ability to impact, influence, and direct somebody's behavior.
How many times have you been approached in a DM where somebody's like actually said to you like, "Hey Emily, how is it in New York?" And you're like,
New York's an easy one.
"Well, okay, that's a
'Cause it's a
little
check-in.
bit." I just, come on, like,
Right, but where they took an interest to read down and drill down and be like,
yeah,
Yeah.
you know, whatever.
fine, I gave it back.
You have to do this next piece in like one sentence.
Okay.
Which is like the core laser beam sentiment of the brand.
Mm-hmm.
You can go coy and say something in jest, the way that I was doing before, which is like catchy. I think if there's a place to exercise sincerity, it's in the introduction to what is easily perceived as a spamnation.
You have to.
In the difference between the chatbot is they feel like they're already talking to somebody and they are mid-conversation and you are checking in on how they did with the gift that you gave them while giving them another gift.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's totally okay to be coy and say, I hate green happiness.
Yeah.
Where they'll probably laugh.
Yeah.
That's they can
funny.
choose between I like it, I hate the planet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's fucking funny. It's ballsy, it's audacious,
For
but it's
sure.
well placed and well timed.
I really love that.
It is a little bit of bravado and it's okay. Not in an intro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
You're getting
Say something like
You want her to try to come up with it?
I'll throw my best half-ass attempt and then you fucking molest the shit out of it and throw it back or just table it.
Okay.
Or Ryan, if you got something, I'm down to hear it too. Something to the extent of coy approach of I'm looking to save the planet. One drop self